What's up, you SnoopyDupas? What's up? What's up, you nosy little potatoes? How are you doing today? Did you like your dad's video? It was short. It was meant to be short and to the point because I wanted you guys to see how quickly, because it was what, like 12 minutes or something. The first 5 minutes we made it from Dirty Sixth across the bridge and back. If you don't know what Dirty Sixth Street is, we just call it that because it's fucking dirty, but it's the central part. It's not the west side. It's not the east side. It's the central part. It's where everybody fucking parties. It's where everybody goes and gets their big fucking bird on so they can go act like Jill Daniels all night. And there have been a lot of interesting things that have happened on Dirty Sixth Street. I have personally seen someone I think murdered. I mean, there have definitely been bodies by my car twice. Once I saw a guy get curb stomped while I was buying a barbecue sandwich outside of the Velveeta room. Uh, that was horrific. That was a decade ago. The guy was right behind me, took off a bloody shirt, threw it in the river. I told the police who came by and they said, "That's not who we're looking for. We're looking for this other guy." Got to my car. There's crime scene tape around it. Someone else got shot and died. So, yeah, it was some American History X shit. And the only reason I even saw that shit is because while the lady was handing me my barbecue sandwich out of the trailer at 7th and Red River, a guy just like it's like if someone body checked you from behind. I turned around, people covered in blood fighting each other. I looked down, stomp, and then the lady was like, "We can't give you another sandwich." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I walked to my car and it was terrifying. And it's not always like it's not like that everywhere, but there have been times when I'm down there and people are running and you're hearing gunshots and it's like, "Oh, now they're over." And the cops on horses are freaking the fuck out. I don't know why they have fucking horses. You can't put someone on the back of your horse and take them to jail. That's what's crazy about it. The bike cops and the horse cops exist so that 10 more cars can pull up and take them 2 blocks. It makes no fucking sense. Anyway, that's how quickly you can get from that bar district drinking to the bridge and the water, the Wathams, if you will. That's how quickly you can get there. And it took me longer to fucking drive. Is that Doody Ron? Oh my God. Fuck yeah. Doody Ron. People in here love it when you cuss. It's like a thing. It's like a whole ass thing. They're like, "Oh my God, Doody Ron lets loose." I accidentally, because so I had a speech impediment growing up and I would say my S's like this and I couldn't say my R's and I had my R's. I had a huge gap. I couldn't say shit right. So every once in a while I fuck up words also, or my lisp will slip out. I have to really try hard not to fuck it up. And the other day, I swear, my face was saying duty, but it actually said Dirty Ron. And then we all cracked up thinking like, "Doody Ron, what if you did blue comedy? Like not blue collar, actually, Doody Ron doing blue redneck comedy would be hilarious. But you do like Andrew Dice Clay, but Ron. And we need to think of something good that rhymes with hickory dickory dock. We got to. We got to get you up at an improv theater doing Dirty Ron. So good to see you. And I thought of that because it's like when you cuss, they're like, "Oh shit." And in my head, I'm like, "Oh, it's Dirty Ron." But I don't like the word dirty though. It implies dirt. But I'm thinking like dirty comedy. What do you say, Ron? Can we get you on stage? How do we do it? How do we do it? Yes, I have a scrunchie on the wrist. This is my John Ray protest. Doody Ron. How are you and Ed? How are you and Ed? Did you listen to Poodle People? Holy Christ. If you guys haven't listened to Poodle People yet, I'm sure Doody Ron, he will either go over it or he listened to what I listened to and when I just can't put the kids through this. God damn. Deb Stearns it's like you ask her, hey, what's up with poodles? And she tells you all of her medical history. It's insane. Like, she can't talk about breeding poodles. She has to tell you about her hip, her sciatic. She said that they trained a fucking dog as a, what do you call it? A service dog? Or no, one of the ones that they take to the elderly homes to make them feel better, to make them happy. Maybe it's a service dog. I don't know. Therapy dog. And that it lasted one day and then they had to take it out of the program. And she said, I breed therapy dogs, but then she just explains they had one, it did one trip and then they retired it. That's not a fucking therapy dog, ma'am. And then she went on to talk about all of her medical history. The time I hurt this, the time I hurt that, and all these things. Bitch, no one wants to know about your problems. Tell us about the fucking poodles. Now, then I think about Stefan, and it's like, oh, this kind of makes sense now. She was insufferable, in my opinion. I want a Tesla with that. Yeah, and by the way, Doody Ron has a Tesla. Found that out last week, Doody Ron. I'm going to watch. I saw you have a video where you review it. Yes, this is your Uncle Daddy Doody Ron. Everybody say hello. Hey, watch the language, fuckers. Watch your mouths. I'm here at a normal hour because, Joe Biden is in town. I think the traffic is insane. And I was like, I'm just not gonna go to any clubs. I'm not gonna do anything tonight. I'm just gonna go on the channel and I will explore the lake. And we went down there. We saw the lake. What did you guys think? That's quick, right? Imagine you can walk 5 minutes wasted, or you have to get to your parking if you park over the bridge, which a lot of people do. Imagine, oh my God, the Hoogan farted again. Holy shit, baby Hoogan's down there. It's him this time. They're both bad. They're equally bad. It is a Boston Terrier thing, by the way. Imagine, it smells like old huevos rancheros. I'm not even kidding. Oh my God. Oh fuck. Doody Daddy. It smells like Doody. Like Doody with a D. Like doo-doo. It smells like poop. This fucking dog. Anyway, I'm really having a hard time here. It does smell like old huevos rancheros. Don't ask me how I know that. Maybe old chorizo. God, this dog. They are on healthy diets. What is happening? Fuck, I lost my train of thought from that fart. It's like burning my throat. Fuck. I'm speech delayed. Fwee cow and weed. Dirty Ron. Hickory dickory dock. Rex can suck my. I'm sorry. I want to talk shit to Rex Huerman's face. Doody Ron, can we go visit? Can I fly up so we could go visit Rex behind the glass and just talk shit to him? No join button. Yes. So check this out. I've seen what you're talking about today. I think I responded to you about it. So my boyfriend's phone and a couple other friends with iPhones, I hit them up. I said, can you look? And they don't see the join button either. But on my Android and my Dell and my fucking other laptop, or what is this thing? HP. Ugh, it's a terrible brand. Anyway, why did I buy that thing? It's old. It doesn't matter. The point is, all three of them, I can see the join button. So is it an Apple thing? What do we know about this? I did say that you have to copy paste it in the description. I did. I pasted the join thing, but you can just do youtube.com Oblivious Benson at Oblivious Benson /memberships. I'll put it up in a second. Here, let me do this. I'll do this for you because I'm pissed off. Frankly, I'm pissed off that YouTube is pissing on me. Let me pull this up for you now because I don't know what the frig is happening or why it's doing that, but there's nothing that I can really change, because I already made it available on my end. So is it a gadget thing? Here, let me pull this up for you. Here you go. I'm going to put it in the chat. I'm pretty sure that's how you join. Tell me if that works. I'm going to scroll down. Are you all potatoes? Are you all potato cats? Is that a potato cat? Another potato cat. That's you, Pat. Pat, you're a potato cat. You're a potato. You're a potato. You're happy. Oh, I drew that on your card. You got your card. Yes. Some of you are getting your merch in. I hope you enjoy it. You say you are. I believe you. Ed is on his way to Africa. He missed the rains down in Africa. What's up with Ed? Why is he going to Africa? Tell him be careful. What part? My buddy John goes to Africa quite a bit. He spent a while living there, and he was on this thing called Churchill Live, which is apparently like their fucking Letterman. And he learned Swahili just to do some stand up there. He is a fantastic man. I think he's an ADA here in Austin now. But anyway, he fucking rules. And because of him, I started looking into a lot of stuff in Africa. I have a friend who also went there and sent me a video of him driving, and it looks terrifying. They drive so fast. So fast. Hello, Darlene. That's a show dog because he forded. I need to get to the bottom. Starting fires at Ed's house. Teresa. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I got to see you guys today. We need pics of Ed's drapes. Ed's African drapes. Ed's African drapes. What do they look like? Yes, he's alive, silly. Fucking hello, Uncle Doody. Fucking hello, Uncle Doody. I love this. I love being amongst all my talented family. I'm too fat, old, and out of shape to even. I will beat your ass if you talk about yourself that way, Cindy. Don't make your dad put you through a wall because you're being mean to yourself. You are perfect. You are lovely. You're a fucking snowflake. You're great. You're great. Auntie Doody. That was nice. It's a beautiful city. It is. It's so fucking hot, though. That's what you couldn't get across. I think that's the one thing we can't convey. The fucking oppressive heat. It is so hot. It is so hot. Residual farts, Mom. Yeah, we're gonna go around all of LadyBird. What's really funny is that's like my boyfriend's aunt or cousin or something, or great aunt or some shit. He's related to LadyBird somehow. And it's so funny because he's got like there's like pictures of her and shit in his grandma's house, and we were there, and he's like, do you know whose niece this house is? And we were going through it, and I couldn't guess. And I think he said like Larry Bird Johnson or something. It made me laugh so hard. But yeah, that fucking lake is really honestly one of the other scary parts about it, aside from bottoms washing up all the time, is there's an algae in it that kills dogs specifically. Like cats, they'll live through fucking anything. People, fine. Well, some of them, but dogs get in there when the algae's there, when it's hot, they can die in like 3 days. It's like bacterial meningitis bad. Like it's super fast. And they warn us. And we also have a problem with the thing called zebra clams. Let me pause for that. Now, if you don't know about the elusive zebra clam, when too many get in your water system, it can fuck you up. It can give people, I think it's iron or phosphor. I don't know. It makes something. It makes something. Yes. I can taste their farts. But yeah, these zebra clams, they get in there. They fuck up our water supply. We got to be careful. We got to be real careful. Ron says, holy fuck nuts. Anyway, for a while, people were sick of the Lime scooters. Remember that South Park where everybody was so mad? That was Austin. Because there were Lime scooters fucking everywhere. Not just Lime, like Uber. Like every company with a scooter had to put it in our city. And self-driving cars are here, and I fucking hate them. They will literally, cops don't know how to pull them over, which is hilarious to watch. Doody Ron. Imagine one of your guys, anyone you worked with, imagine you having to pull over a car and there's no one driving and it is breaking every traffic law. That was what was happening. Traffic was held up on campus at the weirdest parts of the night in the slowest parts of campus because these cars just stop when they're fucked up. And a bunch of them stopped in a line on this one road. And it was like this shitty part of campus where nobody ever goes. And it was like during a UT game and everybody had to be redirected because of some road problem. And the cars were blocking it caused like a city catastrophe. And yet they still are like, sure, we'll test all this shit here. Fuck it. I hate it. That's the shit I hate. Anyway, the kids were throwing the scooters in the water, in the lake. like a lot of them. It became a prank. It was like the next viral, hey, look, this is the throw the fucking scooter in the lake challenge. Let's go do it. And it's not just kids, it was like adults. Like everyone was doing it. They were like, fuck this, which is horrible for the environment in such a hippy dippy fucking city. Anyway, the zebra clams loved it. Aside from the part, there was one section on the bridge that we went over right under there. There was an explosion that came out of the water. I guess they lit on fire under there. I don't know. Anyway, that happened. And then all the zebra clams, all of the fucking scooters that end up in the bottom, they have this type of metal that zebra clams feed off of and are attracted to. They want to fuck the metal on the scooters. These clams went, hey, baby, when they saw the scooters. They all attached to them. They start feeding, festering, and fornicating like it's the fucking real world house, but they're scooters, and these are clams. So all these clams are getting freak nasty on the scooters, right? They're making sweet clam love. When they're done, there's clam babies. I don't know how fucking clams work, but honestly, there are so many under there, and then they quadrupled, and then quintupled, and then multiplied at extreme rates to the point it affected our water. And then the city went, I wonder why these clams are fucking so much. And they looked and they went, oh, there's a lot of scooters down there. Anyway, every time I go down there, my psoriasis goes crazy. My eyes burn. And that happened today. And I love you kids, but I don't know. I don't know. We might have to, I think I'm going to have to take a lot of Benadryl, and I might be a little talking kind of slow next time. Somehow my cat and my poo now smell the same. Okay. Fair enough, Pat. I believe you. Gotta get that Hugin a fart fan we do. I'm his fart fan. I'm such a fan of his and his farts. I absolutely love them. The thing is, we have to cherish their farts because one day the Hugins cannot live forever. I don't want to think about it. I will cry, but one day we're going to miss those farts. So I inhale them like it's the last fart I will ever inhale. I have a 220-pound bull mastiff. Oh, that's so big. Her farts are like straight cow methane. It's so big. Is it a cow? Are you sure it's a mastiff? Is it a cow? Do you have a cow farting in your living room? Just Christine. Also, I like your name. I'm just Christine. That's so fucking funny. That's fun to say. I did it on purpose. Doody Ron's even talking like us. Thank you so much, Teresa. Oh, bitch. Is that a potato Hugin? That's a Hugin-tato. Now I'm looking at all your screen. I cannot focus. It's an iPhone thing. It is. Fuck. I'm writing to Steve Jobs. Oh, wait. No, he's dead. Who do we write to? Tell me who to write to. I will send a strongly worded letter and an email. Join isn't on iPhone. It's on my Mac, though. Okay. Did you guys get the link, though? Because I can put it in again. There you go. There's a product, Jeff's product, that takes the stench out of farts. DeVrom. It works wonderfully. Oh, DeVrom. Okay. DeVrom University. That sounds like university. Hello, Brother Adam. You've been meaning to holler, but all I get done is work. It's okay. We have to work. It's an Apple thing. Okay. I gave her one, Dad. She gave a membership. We have a membership given. Okay. I need to go down. Instructions for iPhone. Here, I'm going to put this up. This is great. There you go. Petty Mason solving all the Colts problems. Thank you. You're a Hugatato. I see that. That is, I cannot, I'm going to cry. I cannot look. I'm crying. I'm a potato, not a cat, says Holly. I'm going to leave this up 2 more minutes or 2 more seconds because I want people to see it. Curious Wendy, you're a new member. You got the membership, I guess, right? Curious Wendy, you got a membership. Hello. How curious are you? Where in Africa? Yeah, I want to know. He's having FOMO. You just tried hitting membership and nada? No, Clar. Clar, we're going to get you a fucking membership, bitch. I'm going to figure it out. If I have to get you, I will go on my Shadow Puppet or sock account and I will gift you a membership somehow. I will figure it out. We will do something. We will get, I'm even going to write your name down. Clar. Clar. we'll get you that membership. Keep us updated if it works this time. Clar. Daisy Live Love, thank you so much for gifting 5 Oblivious Benson memberships. I love you so much. You are my favorite child. Don't tell the others. Burkina Faso, Africa. Ooh, where is that? We'll look later. I can't get too distracted. He is touching the rain down in Africa. He absolutely is. That is, ooh. I wonder how long that trip is. Anybody here been to Africa? How long is it? Clara, you just got gifted a membership. You're green. You're green, girl. You did it. Oh, I love you guys. Tell Ed not to shoot any big game animals. You know, ooh, I'm about to get lost in the sauce for a minute. What does that mean? Is that spaghetti sauce? That's booze, isn't it? God damn it. What's the word for getting lost in your thoughts? Oh, just that. I'm about to get lost in my thoughts. So I was reading about big game hunting, specifically a tiger, and also something about like it was, I don't know, it wasn't Harambe, was it? Something about how they had to shoot like a lion or a gorilla in the zoo. Anyway, it's all about big game hunting in Africa, and they interviewed this villager who was like, yo, quit fucking doing that. Like, quit fighting against big game hunting because we need them to kill the bulls. We need to hire people to kill the bulls. And he was speaking specifically, I believe, about a lion. It could have been an elephant. But either way, I think it was an elephant. Either way, he was talking about how these lions, elephant, all these African animals in this village, and in a lot of villages down there, they will basically they would rape the other bulls. Like, and it would hurt them, and then they would get infection or rape the other female cows. What do you call, is it a cow if it's a elephant? Anyway, the lady elephants would get bulldozed by the big guy elephant. And when the guy elephant would get too crazy and they do that, it kills other elephants. And that's way worse than having one dead. So they actually auction off the ability to big game hunt, and all that money goes back into the village, and it takes care of their rapey elephant problem, and it saves other elephants, and they get to eat the elephant when they're done, and how it's great for them, and how when we protest some of them, it's bad, but other ones that we protest over here, like big game, it is good because they are just killing for sport. These animals are like sacred, but then there's some where they're not. So you actually have to go find out and register with this American charity company to find out if you can actually big game hunt, specifically the ones that they need gone. Isn't that interesting? Anyway, elephant penises are scary. And they definitely showed, I can't remember if that was the same one I watched there was another one with a lion with the same problem. And it was also very scary. The scooter challenge happened in every city with scooters. Did you guys get zebra clams? Why do zebra clams like to suck on the scooters? I'm not judging them. I just want to know why. Bye, says Doody Ron. Stupid scooter. Delicious scooter. Our son worked down by Mopac Road in Austin. Yes. That is okay, so you have 35 that goes straight through Texas. Mopac's the west side. That's like the rich area. That's where all the fucking that's where Willie Nelson's shit it. Like you go past there, capital of Texas, 2222. It's the mountains. It's Willie Nelson, Elon Musk, fucking Joe Rogan. Like everybody out there is super rich. And then if you go east, that's like a nightmare gentrification zone. Like it's literally people being priced out. And then the center is where like everybody goes when they got nowhere, and then students. And a lot of students sleeping in their cars. It's crazy. It's really crazy here. I think the city's overwhelmed. My boyfriend, Dad's boyfriend, was in traffic for 2 hours. He might have just gotten out of it because Biden is here, and he's going to a pool party for this guy at the comedy club. And he was stuck in traffic on the east side. And when that happens, you know you're fucked. Clam life. Jam out with your clam out, right? Make that a shirt, guys. Jam out with your clam out. Zebra clams gone wild. Is it the lithium and the batteries the class are seeking? Ooh, the clams? Maybe. Do they like lithium? Are the clams making methamphetamines? It is like living in a fucking swamp. Adam Doody Ron said thank you. Doody Ron, Adam fucking adores you. Adam adores you and he thinks you're the bestest. Let him in, Doody Ron. Let him in your heart. Galen, you gifted 10 fucking memberships? Is that? Oh, the good boy. What a good little pretty little boy. Or girl. I'm sorry to assume gender. What is your dog? It is perfect. I love it. Is that a Doberman? I'm not good at identifying all dogs. God, he's cute. Or she. Oh my God. Thank you, Galen. I'm mesmerized by your dog. It's got a Hugin snoot. Are their farts bad? Those doggies? Oh, so cute. So cute. That dog weighs more than me. I mean, shit. No, that's what Kraken's saying. That dog probably weighs about the same as me. I bet that dog could beat my ass. Give my poo cat a bath, son. Hugatato. Oh, I need to hurry. I'm getting lost. Okay, full-time Florida residents have my sympathy. Mine too. Mine too. But then I was thinking about it, like they get to go look at Peter Tragos whenever they want, right? His office is right there. I don't feel bad for them anymore. Can we talk briefly? Because I have a list. What did we bullshitted? That's done. Okay. Oh, I'm just gonna slam this one. No, I'm gonna wait for Aunt Deb. Aunt Deb might by. I talked to LadyBird. Anyway, takes 5 minutes to get there and back. If you're drunk, you can run. Fuck. Should I bring yeah, let's bring it up. Black Swan trial. I'm sorry. I got captivated watching Melanie shit. I've been shifting between her and Pina because I just like looking at his fucking hair. And I gotta tell you guys, that is wild to me. That is crazy. It's crazy the way people are commenting about it. First of all, why are we even bothering to normalize at all? Stand your ground and all this shit if it's only going to work for the men. Why aren't women allowed to stand our ground? Why is it that we have to wait for someone to beat the fucking shit out of us to death or to even hit us once before we can stand our ground? But that one fucking guy who killed Trayvon, he attacked him, right? He chased Trayvon. Why did that guy get off? And Ashley, who has a documented history, including him admitting, why is a guy allowed to beat a dog, chunk a cat down the stairs, beat the shit out of his other wives? And then, like, he's allowed to do that. And then we're still calling into question. Like, when the experts are all saying, yo, this lines up exactly with her testimony, it's fucking wild to me. They're like, so he pushed you, so he was mean to you. First of all, the man was doing fucking karate at her, and I took one look at him. A, he is wearing eyeliner all the time. B, he absolutely looks like someone who does karate at you threateningly. Absolutely. I've dated guys just like that guy where they're like, oh yeah, bitch, how are you gonna get out? And they're doing shit like that. It is so fucking annoying. And when they're wasted or they're just psychopaths, it's scary. I'm sorry. Even if she shot him square in the fucking back, I still would probably be like not guilty because the guy shot a gun he did a desk pop in the house and he fucking he punched the dog. He knocked the dog out. The second he does karate at me, if I'm a tiny little ballerina bitch, boom, bye. We're in Florida. That's the rules. Shouldn't have lived in Florida, right? If it was South Carolina or North Carolina, if I'm getting the city wrong because I can't remember which one it is, either way, same shit. Same place, different trees. It's crazy to me. No, you have to let the stalker almost kill you before you can fight back. It is insane. In Texas, if you tell someone 3 times to get the fuck off your property, you can Beetlejuice your way into stand your ground 100%. Just like common law marriage, 100%. I think my friend Maggie has a really good joke about that, actually. I think she says you can Beetlejuice your way into a marriage. In this case, you could do the same with stand your ground in Texas. You just have to warn them. If they don't want to comply, fucking shoot below the waist. Boom. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying it's fucking wild how many dudes get away with that. And then this chick has a documented history of it's just crazy. It's just crazy. What is this join you speak of? I put it in the here. I'll put it again. There you go. I need to hurry. Oh my God, I'm behind. I'm sorry, I'm skipping. I will read them later. Galen, you didn't do it again, did you? Galen, if you did it again, that's too much. You're a sweetheart. Oh my God, that dog. I don't know. I just could be behind. Hi, Doody Ron, says Darlene. Darlene, hello, my dear friend, says Doody Ron. Okay, we gotta keep going. I love pausing and looking at what y'all say. My dad digs clams every day. I believe you. I believe you, Pat. Got rear-ended in Austin by the Costco last week. We hugged it out. That would not happen anywhere else. That is true. That is true. Was it my buddy Scott? Was it a man named Scott who rear-ended you? Because he would absolutely hug someone, and I think he's done it on camera before after getting hit and ran, like they hit and ran him. This is also a city where someone will just chase you with a gun and then just drive away laughing. And this is also a city where you can hug people, just strangers. It's also a city where homeless people will give you change or money, something. That happened to me once. I was sitting outside of an HEB. I was very tired. I was waiting for my Uber. And a guy who looked down on his, like, he was definitely homeless. I'd seen him in the neighborhood before. He goes, "Here you go, honey." And he told me, like, "Sorry, you're having a bad day." And, like, put $1 in my cup that had my drink in it. Like, he thought I had a bad day. Yes, I looked bad that day. I looked bad. My shirt had stains. This is a place where homeless people will tip you because they feel bad for you. Are you new Mexican? You remind me of my old roommate in Arizona. I am so scared to go to Arizona. I have psoriasis. I would cook like an egg, which, by the way, eggs are delicious. I'm an old Mexican. I'm 39. I am Mexican Polish. I'm half C, I think, or 75-25. I don't know. I need to look at my 23andMe again. But do you need a roommate? Are you out of Arizona? Are you somewhere comfy? Are you in a place that rains all the time? I like to say rock out with your cock out. That's a good one, Ron. We have jam out with your clam out. You have rock out with your cock out. And you can say it fun too because you've got the Long Island accent. You could say rock out with your cock out. And it doesn't get like stricken because it sounds like cack. It sounds like a totally different word. He is the best. Melly said, "Stop, Doody Ron." Doody Ron said, "Bah." He is an officer and a gentleman. A Rottweiler. That's what that gorgeous, gorgeous dog. Gorgeous. It's a Rottie. Why can't I see Doody Ron when I'm here? Patronus was having the same problem. Doody Ron, are you hiding? He's right below you. He's right behind you. Petty Mason, he's right behind you. Has his sheep taken over Doody Ron's account? He keeps buying. That's just him going, bah! It's great. It's the New York laugh. It's just one long bah. I've met dudes like that, and it is hilarious. I love those laughs. He's a male Rottweiler named Remington. What an adorable and perfect and yet somehow threatening name. Was he named after a gun, a razor, or someone you know? Either way, love it. Absolutely love it. Great name. There's something called Vipoo. Is that like Vicap with poop? We lived in NYC. We went to a fancy restaurant advertising fresh Rhode Island clams, and I was like, bah, they can't be that. See, she bought too. Bah, everyone's buying. Oh, fuck. We're sheep, but not in the follow the leader way. We just like to bah. We just want to go to the bah. He's a cadaver dog. It weighs 125 pounds. I say this is a joke, but I also genuinely mean it. I tried to train Mookie's to be a cadaver dog, but he's 6 years old and he's a Boston Terrier and he farts like eggs. There's no doubt that his farts would overwhelm the smell of a body. I don't care how many days it's been out there. His farts are that bad. That's the first problem. Second problem, he does love bones, and I know he's going to chew on them, and he's not going to give them back, and that's going to be embarrassing. It's like, oh, we found the butt. Give that back, Mookies. Give me that bone. Give me that rib cage, Mookies. He won't. He'll eat a human bone. I just know it. I can see it in his eyes. So he gave up pretty quick. I can't have a dog whose poop is bigger than mine for that exact reason. Well, we don't know, Galen. Do you think your dog maybe shits little bunny turds or big old poo-poos? Is that too much? Is that rude to ask? Peter got killer dimples. He's got great dimples. He's really got great dimples. His dead. Ooh. I miss Gay Jeff. He never calls. He never writes. That brings me to the next point. Okay, let's check off that. Check off. We've talked about two things. I put rip on Deb for poodle people. We did that. All right. It was shoot the shit and bullshit with the kids. We did that. Talk LadyBird Lake. I did have one thing on the list. I'm not gonna. It's so hard not to spill cheese, May. I just found something interesting. I'm not gonna say I found Coffin Flopper's fucking reviews online that she does for restaurants where she talks about how poorly she tips the wait staff, and she has written over 148 for places she's been, and goddamn, they are tedious to get through. And holy shit, they reek of personality disorder. I cannot imagine waiting on someone who would leave some of these reviews. I'm not saying I found Slappin' Baggers accounts, and it actually was kind of an accident, but I did. And oh my fucking God. And I'm not going to post it here. We're not going to dox. But if you want a damn good time, you want a damn good afternoon, and then you want to fucking ruin it and get mad, just saying. There's a gold mine out there, people. There's a gold mine out there, people. I fucking hate it when people don't tip over something like I had to wait for my tea refill, so I didn't tip on my $200. Jesus. First of all, don't admit to shit like that. Second of all, don't put it online. And third of all, don't put it online under an alt account that is literally the name of one of your businesses. Don't do that. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, that's off the list. She got so pissed when she talked shit about Melanie, and then all the evil stuff she was saying the other day about Karen. Couldn't handle it. I don't like it when people rip on what other people wear, unless it's really ridiculous. But anyway, that's off the list. Okay. I found Gay Jeff. Mic drop. I found Gay Jeff. I found the real Gay Jeff. We do. Also, that's the thing I wanted to say. Fuck, I chewed on ice again. Okay. Why are they calling it the Black Swan trial? I think I've said this already. In case I didn't, I really want to be clear. Why the fuck are they calling it that? Black Swan, the movie, as far as I can tell, isn't about what this trial is about, right? Is it just because there's ballerinas? A ballerina? One fucking ballerina? The literal Black Swan play, aka the ballet itself, has nothing to do with this, right? A guy chunking a dog down the stairs and a woman shooting him because he's been her domestic abuser. Like, it's not about that, right? Am I wrong? Why are we fucking calling it that then? Like, why? Are we going to should we go back and call Aaron Hernandez the Rudy trial because Rudy played football? What the fuck is going on here? Why Black Swan? Just because the presence of murder could be there, but it's not murder. It's self-defense. Why do we call it Black Swan? And not just that, why the fuck here's how I know that I'm onto something, because Law and Crime today, just today, stopped referencing it in their live updates. They stopped saying Black Swan. They are now saying the Ashley Benefield trial. Now, all of a sudden that we see the text messages, and now all of a sudden that homeboy's a puppy chunker, now we're going to call it the Ashley Benefield trial. We're not going to call it Black Swan anymore. Now, after the media has already butt fucked her with falsehood, Now we're gonna do okay. Okay. What took her so long? I mean, shit. Here's the thing. She had been living you're talking about Ashley, right? She'd been living away from him for a long time. There was a court injunction, right? For him to like a shit filed because he didn't know that his kid was born. And then when he found out, it's like, oh shit. It looks to me like she was trying to keep him at an arm's length, but also simultaneously not really give him an in to try to completely take the child, especially because Florida laws are really fucked up. There is a chance that he could have gotten custody. Um, I think that that letter she wrote where she listed everything he did, I think that was at the suggestion of either her therapist or her lawyer, and it's a great idea. Hey, document everything he's doing to you. And here's another thing. In Texas, it's very similar to Florida. I did look this up and I found out that, well, I didn't find out. I've actually known this for a while, but I confirmed. If you, okay, here's a perfect example. If you have someone trespassing on your property in Texas or in Florida, you are legally obligated to inform them either by written notice or orally to their face. You have to tell them you are not welcome on this property. If you do it, it's typically in front of the police when they've been called, and then they can write a trespassing citation or something. And then, like, or they'll write a citation. There's a verbal agreement. You have told them, the police saw it. Okay. Next time it happens, now they get a trespassing charge. Then they go to jail the third time. That's kind of how in Texas, it's like 2. I think in Florida, it's 3, right? The first step to telling someone or to getting a restraining order is telling someone, you are not allowed to call me. You can't just sue someone for calling you if you haven't told them not to call you. You can't sue a company for robocalling you without first saying, do not call me anymore. Put me on your do not call list. There are prerequisites. In her case, I do believe it looks very much like a few other domestic violence cases that I've seen where she was advised properly. Either it could have been also the police to get the restraining order, especially due to the timing. That was really early. She couldn't even barely remember it. It had been 7 years, right? You have to make a list of what this person has done and why you no longer want to see them and that they need to fuck off and leave you alone. It doesn't need to be process served. You just have to hand it to them, verbalize it to something like that. Depending on the issues, if there's kids involved or not. It fascinates me that people saw that list and went, oh, this was premeditated. They tell you when you're being stalked and when you're being abused that you're supposed to document everything, take pictures of the bruises, make sure that you have proof so that you can nail his ass to the wall later. You know what I mean? Because you don't get justice right away. Even if you turn them in, they can get out on bail and still come after you sometimes. Paper is just a paper to these motherfuckers. So in her instance, I can 100% see her doing everything that's told to her. It's crazy to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hello, YouTube bad actors. Hey, send me a link to that gray pubes thing where he commented. I just want the cheese man. Tell me. Show me. I looked. My dad's a border collie. He's always busy doing shit. Yacht club officer. Does he listen to yacht rock? I'm sorry. That was a dad joke. I feel like I should buy her a ring, propose, ask her if I can laugh my ass off. You talking about Helen? I hate my phone so much. Me too. I hate mine too. Hello from Cumming, Georgia. Hello, Naughty Knitting Sacks. That's a good name, Naughty Knitting Sacks. That's hard to say. No matter what, the prosecution has fallen flat on their face with their laughable proof that is not existing. Yeah. And also that prosecutor lady was being pretty sassy while homegirl was having a mental breakdown on the stand. And also everybody's like, I don't see any fucking tear. Okay. That camera got real blurry and the lighting got real bad when that started to happen. But before that, it was bright. You could see her pretty clearly. I wonder if the station that happened to be the same station that had been calling her Black Swan and fucking blaming her and making her look guilty for so long was maybe trying to save their ass a little bit. What do you think? I'm not saying they were trying to be deceptive, but what I'm saying is they were absolutely trying to be deceptive. What do you think? Is the saying in Austin really stay weird? No, it's keep Austin weird. And it's an old thing. It happened from like before, well, maybe actually right around the time of Leslie. We had a homeless guy that we almost elected mayor. He wore a thong. He was great. We loved him. He did have a crack problem, but we almost voted him mayor. He probably actually would have done a pretty good job because the guy that we did end up electing mayor did a piss poor job. And this one too. Fascinating. Whose husband shot the most beautiful male lion. It made me ill. Yeah. It can at first I like here's the thing. It kind of always makes me ill to see something that pretty like but when I was watching the shit about the bulls or it was these lions, an elephant bull, and then I can't remember what the other one was. There was another animal that everybody was real pissed off about. It might have been a gorilla. But anyway, they like when they molest the females because there's multiple females and not very many males, so they need to keep a stud, if you will. And in some cases there's 2 or 3. The males will also fight over the female and all of them will just go on a rampage. And like it causes an infection and it can kill their reproductive system. And these villages rely on these animals living. And the whole point of everybody fighting it is like, we want to preserve the animals, right? Well, if these bulls go crazy and start doing that and all the females die, then we're fucked. We're more fucked, right? So, but that was just like these specific villages, specific instances. But when people try to ban all of it, then it really takes an opportunity away from the villages who do take advantage of that program. I'm very curious if there's been updates since. So yeah, he also put her through. Oh shit. I mean, I'm sorry. The second I found out he threw a dog, he did a desk pop, and he fucking told her, yeah, I did that. Like he admitted to it. Jesus, dude. Jesus. And then to his ex-wife. Ugh. You are a potato, Wendy. Look at y'all's pictures. Y'all are the best. Okay. I'm on the other side. She hadn't lived with him in years. All the abuse was alleged. She planned it. It wasn't alleged. He admitted to it. He admitted to like punching the dog and knocking him out. Like the shit he did to the dog. He said, yeah, I did that. Also, his ex-wife, who's dead, had texted him listing almost the exact same kind of behavior. And also, you could like, let me put it this way. If you have a stalker and abuser, and this is just my thoughts on it, and you could totally believe that. I'm not pissed or anything. But like, if you have a stalker and abuser and you get away from them and then they see you after a long time, are they cured? Do they stop abusing you all of a sudden? You know what I mean? I don't think so. I think it's a lot like drugs. You know, they pick up where they left off, and that can be fatal. And that was in this instance. And I think that if anything, I would expect her reaction to be more harsh, having been away from it for so long. Like getting up that confidence, like I'm not putting up with this shit again, making sure she had the gun in the room. I don't think it was premeditated. I think that it was prepped for just in case. And people who say, well, she sent her daughter and grandma away. The grandma testified, we do that every day. It was a routine. I did do a little OSIN into it. I can tell you it was their routine. Absolutely. The grandma used to be real open about it too on Facebook, like every day. And then the other thing is, I wouldn't want my kid to see a violent guy in the house trying to attack me if I was afraid of him. You know what I mean? If he was on his way and he had legal right to be there, and I was wondering, is he going to revert back to his old ways? And then he did. Just in the off chance I thought he would, I mean, honestly, I would have been like, fuck off and hid. But we got to think realistically. She can't really do that. She's a mom. I'm not a mom, but she's a mom. She probably didn't want her kid around that shit. If she did send grandma and kid away, I don't think it was to kill him. I think it was because she was worried about what he'd do. she wanted to maybe peep how he was behaving first. At the same time, because you don't want your kid to see some shit, especially people who dudes who pop off like that, they'll do it in front of anyone. At first they won't, but then they will. But yeah, I think that even if she sent them away, like, get the fuck out of here, he's coming. I need you to go. I don't think it was for the purpose to kill him. I think it was to keep them from seeing that shit. A lot of abuse victims feel shame for in our fucking heads, women, we go, "Oh, I let him treat me that way." No, you didn't. You didn't. He's just treating you that way. You don't really have a choice when someone's screaming and doing karate at you, right? Or punching holes in wall. Oh my God, I've seen that a lot. It's crazy. Guys are when they're in that mode and the eyes turn black. Yeah, that's also a drunk thing. But yeah, I do think even if she sent them away, it wouldn't be weird to me. It being part of their routine makes more sense. But yeah, I don't know. I think that even if they've been away long, it doesn't really change much. In fact, it's probably more heartbreaking for her too if she really did like want to be a part of him. Now, the shit that I do find weird is that ballet company. Holy fuck. Both of them are in the wrong for that. Fucking, that was crazy. If you didn't read it, there's a Vanity Fair article. I think it's Vanity Fair. I'll post it. I'll post it below at the end. I gave Leslie a 50 one night and he chased me down to make sure I meant to do that. He's so great. He's so great. One time I walked by him with I feel like it was my first roommate who did this, but she was like, "I got an extra ticket." It was definitely Julia. She had an extra ticket to Brother Ali, and she like gave it to. He was just walking by and gave it to him, and then later on in the night, we saw him partying, like with Brother Ali. It was crazy. He was in the club. Leslie was in the club in his thong. It's hilarious. It's an NY laugh. Bah. You lost Doody Ron? Oh no. Is he a dog lawyer? Doody Ron? Who's a dog lawyer? Angela, my husband agrees with you. That's so funny, a dog lawyer. Now I'm trying to think of dog lawyer puns. What happened to one of our employees? She accused him of rape. It was awful. One of our employees? What do you mean? You guys work at the same place? What happened? My cousin named his son Remington. Such a good name. Oh my God, I'm so far behind. Fuck. Okay. Oh wow, I'm way behind. I have a murder poodle. Fuck. I can't get past Ashley be letting him come over to the house if she was so scared of him. Again, I don't think she had a choice, right? Because here's the thing. If they had an agreement and it was verbal, which I believe they did, right? That it was like, don't go through with the injunction or whatever. And then if they didn't, it wasn't. It's very complicated. But at the same time, if she was trying to get back to him, that could have been a gauge, right? Let's see how what if he came back and he's great? He just looks great. He's feeling great. I'm never going to hit you again, sweetie. And then he doesn't. That's a fantasy. And since she was so young, it doesn't surprise me that she would have those thoughts. I'm not saying she's stupid or anything. She doesn't seem stupid. Especially if she's supposed to be this mastermind who thought of this months in advance. The thing is, she didn't get anything out of it. If anything, she probably got his bad credit and debt. And this situation. Doody Ron, super chat for fart spray. Thank you, Doody Ron. Fart spray or liquid ass. Can I buy liquid ass with it? It's the spray that smells like a fart. Or should I buy the spray that gets rid of the fart? I can't buy poopery for personal reasons. Thank you so much, Doody Ron. Doody Ron. And Africa Ed. Woo! He's getting the reins. Vipoo. It's like Vicap for poo. Ron, question. I'm going to ask Ron questions. Ron sent me a super chat, so now I'm going to ask things of him. Hey, Ron, is there, okay, in one of my classes, we were going through a bulk of the databases that, is it data or data? Working with computers, I still haven't decided. Anyway, we were going over all the databases. There's is it Nimbus, right? And then there was the bullet one. And then there was the one for threading and fibers and carpets and tires, the treads, Bobby Joe Long, all that shit. Is there one for poop? Like, I know there's DNA databases, but is there one just for poop? Just poop? Because they have them for a lot of different things. Why not turds? Should we ask Ed? Should we text? Can we call Ed in Africa and ask him if they have poop databases? I think he lured her in by telling her he would finance. Okay, so was this? I'm trying to think of the dates. Because 2017 was when she wrote that letter, right? Where it's like, here's all the ways you fucked up. And then he was like, yes, I did. So he admitted to it. Here's what's weird. The ballet company folded around that time, right? And we saw the condition of the house, and we know that he likely was hemorrhaging money. There were issues with the mortgage. He has a lot of court documents, by the way, liens, mortgage, all the. He is in financial fuckhood around the time this is happening. So, and it's all like his own. It's creditors, debtors. It's what do you call it? Mortgages, loan, like everything. It's you can look him up in Florida and South Carolina. We're not gonna do that. Technically he's the victim, but they're both victims in my eyes. So he's a victim because he got shot, but also fuck around, find out. She's the victim because she was domestically abused, but also like, it's an unfortunate situation, very poor timing. What like he has a lot of debt. What about this ballet company? They fucked over, like, these women moved across the country, and in some cases, as far as I think Seattle, Washington, they had to buy, specifically, they were told to buy condos near a gym that was never built or dance studio. They had to go to a smaller one further away. They got paid in crumpled up cash, like wet, crumpled up, shitty, dirty cash. They were at the whim of this man's mood swings, essentially. It's really weird to say, I'm going to finance your dream to swoop someone off their feet. And if that's her priority, then whatever. But it seemed like, she, in all the letters and shit she wrote online, which are still there for that company, it seemed like she was not placing the blame on him. And to me, that goes to her fear situation that she was describing. She just didn't want to piss him off. And he had told her this is a big stressor. So imagine your hubby presents himself like the first wife said, is, I'm big shit. Let me buy you ballet, bitch. And then it turns out he wears eyeliner and does karate at you and throws dogs and cats, punches dogs, throws cats, wears eyeliner, does karate. His daughter's a little bit, I'm not going to say anything mean about her. Something's up, but something's going on there. I don't blame her though. She's had a traumatic experience. But it's a situation, especially also if I was in her position and my dad married, and my dad, after mom died, like within a year, married a woman 10 years older than me, I would be fucking pissed. So I kind of don't blame her. I also don't blame anyone for making humor out of a situation. But I also didn't find the TikToks that funny. So I'm confused how this is humor, unless it was like ironic, in which case, okay, I don't understand fit checks. I dress like shit. Maybe I don't get it. Whatever. I'm not blaming her. The point is, there's a whole situation going. There's family dynamics, and he's also neglecting the child. So to me, that's also shitty of him. And apparently she said she was scared of him before. Nobody refuted that. The prosecution didn't refute that. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. And for her to be like that young and be like, yeah, I believe this guy who's sweeping me off my feet, who's saying he's going to give me a ballet company, to put her name on it and then fuck over every ballerina in the city. Oh my God. She fucked over the tallest ballerina in the nation. By the way, like a fucking beast. This chick is tall. She's real tiny. Fucking Sarah, I think was her name. Damn, she's a tall ass ballerina. Tall. And they fucked over all these people. They're all going to talk shit about her forever. I don't know why she'd put herself in that position if she knew. You feel me? Or she suspected. I think she was naive because she's young. Also, growing up in ballet, figure skating, gymnastics, it's a bubble. There's a lot of emotional abuse. Yes, dude. The emotional immature, and also like, I don't know what the deal is with her mom. Everybody wants to talk shit like her mom's a stage mom. I'm not gonna lie, her mom does kind of seem to have a like, I'm right fucking there up your ass vibe. And sometimes the moms of gymnasts, ballerina, stuff like that, sometimes they can be a little overwhelming too. Um, it seems like the mom even gave him a chance and liked him by the videos, right? It's very weird. I worked at Oracle and it's either data or data, yeah, right? Do you work at Oracle in Austin or somewhere else? I know it's here. The answer is no. Nope. No turd database. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you, Doody Ron, for doing the hard work. Are you sure? Should we text Dad? Are we sure? No turd database. No database. A fecal fact finding mission. I went for sole custody of my daughter. They were freaks. Yep. Speedo dude from San Marcos should have been an Austin dude. There was a Speedo dude in San Marcos? Tell me everything. I'm about to rip all the skin off my nose. Sorry, I'm not going to show you. It's very itchy. What part of the government did he work for? Who? Leslie? Nothing. He was homeless. And he had a thong. Can you see Petty Mason, Doody Ron? YouTube bad actor says, I love Doody Ron. And Oblivious Benson, we love you, YouTube bad actors. I laugh at your content. You make funny content. Hey, Jen, good to see you. Did you book Aruba? Oh, I love this. I love this talking chat. I love that you're all like, how's your van? Did you book Aruba? How's the dog? How are the kids? I love this. This is what I always wanted from my life, was a room full of people going, how are the kids? How was your vacation? And then people genuinely caring. This is nice. This shit scares me to date. We need to make a checklist, Melly. Maybe we can do a checklist. Maybe a checklist where we can make like eyeliner. Is he in a band? If so, then it's a yes. If not, then it's a no. Then move on to next question. Does he do karate at you? Move on to next. Like if we could figure out something like that, I think it would help. Jen, I want to see proof. Ooh. Proof of what? Women get away from men who hurt animals. Yeah, when they hurt it. When boys hurt animals, that's, oh shit, one day they're going to be a serial killer. When adult fucking men hurt animals, it's like, who you killed? Where's your basement? Because there's bodies in it. Something's up. Dogs are supposed to be man's best friend. If you're chunking poodles or whatever you're doing, if he's flinging cat, especially flinging cat, like it's so fucked up. Oof. Band pre-camp? That sounds like some shit I would have loved. Pre-band band camp? Amazing. I know. Here's the thing. I got to wait for Aunt Deb. I can't just like, here's another thing. I can't just dox Gay Jeff. I found Gay Jeff. I'm wallowing in him. I'm marinating in his spirit. I'm learning everything about him. Let's just say, wow, not what I expected. But also everything I expected. I don't know how to say it. I'm trying to think of who I could compare him to celebrity-wise. That would make sense. But the only person who knows who Gay Jeff is besides me is Aunt Deb. And by the way, I'm 98%. I'm 98 too. The 2% comes from some quirks of Jeff's that make me go, is this our guy? But the 98% of me is like, oh yeah, that's our fucking guy. I'm never absolute on these things. I'm always like 98, 99 if I'm super sure. Gotta have a little wiggle room. A little wiggle room for Gay Jeff. YouTube is not what? I hate YouTube. I love YouTube. I love YouTube. Why did I say hate? Are they watching me right now, you guys? Are they behind me? Listen, I don't know why it won't show join. Well, I know why, and I think it's bullshit. And I don't know why it's not telling you guys when I go live. I have the notifications on. I've had something in my tooth. Sorry. Why are we throwing the eyeliner in with the throws cats and punches dogs? Because if the eyeliner is not for like fashion or band or something arty, if it's a guy who's like in finance from Florida in his 50s and he's lying about it and doing it, maybe that should see. This is why we have you, Holly Sawbones. We need to figure out when the eyeliner is appropriate. And I think it's every single circumstance other than when you lie about it. Right? Unless you're like a kid or like a teen. It's like a teen and they're trying it out. You know, it's like, oh, they're trying a thing. But an adult man in his 40s, 50s, 60s pops it on all of a sudden to go to a gala with his buds. What are we doing here? If he lies about it, okay. What are you doing here, bud? Something weird about that. I'm just saying, I've met a lot of dudes who inexplicably wear eyeliner to go work at the fucking co-op and they do karate and they punch holes in walls. These are very specific things that lead me to think he's a type of guy she shouldn't have been around, but might have been too young and dumb to know it. Not dumb like in a stupid way, like dumb in a young way. Yeah, now that kid has no parents left. Shit, frankly, she could do fit checks all day. I don't care. This isn't about her, right? Like this poor kid. But also something weird, like what? I don't know. It's a fucking tricky one, dude. I mean, maybe that's how she mourns. I've met people who can't fucking cry. So, you know. Yeah, no one lays a hand on. Listen, kids, if someone lays a hand on you, tell you're dead. And I will try to fuck up their credit. Just kidding. But tell me. Doody Ron, let me tell you no lies and I'll tell you no secrets, says Jetto. Just unsub and resub. Okay, unsub and resub. If you unsub and resub, then you will get notification. Okay. Let's keep going. It's very heavy stuff and humor is okay, but some chats are so awful. People are brutal. I know people are really brutal. At the same time, there are people who thought, did you guys see Grizzly? She covered the girl from here in Texas, from League City, who was found hanging from a dock. The boyfriend was out there. He was a little methy. I had mutual friends with him. I talked to them. They were like, I could totally see him do it, but I could also see him not. A lot of people were split on that, but there were some who would die hard. He fucking did it. And now they're fucking right. You know, I can see people having that passion for her being bad or him being bad. Like I could see both. And let's be fair, it's kind of because they didn't present too much, right? For example, if the prosecution had done a better job, then I might think that maybe she did plan it, but I'm just not mad at it. Which is shitty, but I mean, he did fucking punch a dog. So some of us feel that strongly about dogs. Other people do not care about the animal thing at all. They're like, that's not the point of this trial. And it's not. It's really about what makes you mad. And I don't think either side proved a 100% case. But it's just weird to me that like people are so heavily against her and some of them and are saying really nasty things like this can't. Well, why did you wear that if you didn't want to get okay, we've heard this before, you know? He really sucked and I think she believed, yeah. I think so too. He was able to convince her he would change. You have no identity other than ballerina. Ooh, that's a good point. Same with gymnasts. I saw someone in chat today say, I ain't messing with no gun-toting ballerina. That's pretty funny. Your husband's employee? What happened? Wait, Canada. I warned the wife. They must be happy because they're still together. It took me 20. Oh. Oh, shit. I'm behind again. Man, I gotta catch up. Vaipu. Again, you're hilarious. Hello, this is my backup account. I'm going to go live from this account soon. Is this actually Doody Ron? I'm going to be done here soon. If it is Doody Ron. Jen, this is me. I don't know. Do we believe Doody Ron? That looks like Doody Ron. I believe it. You could be an imposter? Petty, hello. I can see you now. Oh, there you go. Petty. He can see you now. I believe it's Doody Ron. It's me on my second channel. I believe him. I believe him, guys. This is a picture of Ron in his final form, in his true element. I believe it. That looks like Ron. What are you at a ball game, Ron? Gay Jeff is hoping to be doxxed because it's the cool new thing. Listen, Gay Jeff, here's what I'll tell you. Gay Jeff can sing, but he's scared to hit the high E. Let's just say that. Gay Jeff served our country. Gay Jeff. Here's what I'll tell you. If it's who I think it is, which I'm pretty positive, Gay Jeff was a cop, but not anymore. Now he's a restaurateur. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say until I have absolute positive, but I'm pretty fucking sure. Yeah, Gay Jeff is a fascinating individual. Gay Jeff is complicated. There's a lot of layers. Gay Jeff saw Prince in concert and had a blast. And he was really excited Prince had glitter in his hair. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. Oh my God, I went too far. Okay, I'm skipping all the way to the bottom. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta skip to the bottom. We gotta keep going. Chesme. Cheese me. All right. Oh shit, we got some what? It's me, Doody Ron. Ariel Ballot. Look, Doody Ron, Ariel is trying to be you. Ariel is pretending to be you. I trained her to do this. She's my daughter. I told her how to take on someone's final form like Shang Tsung. She is Shang Tsunging you right now. Do you have a Mahjong necklace? Get one now at minksandmaven.com. The point of this trial is, did she feel she was in fear of her life? He never hit her. But she said he did. He slapped her. Right? And then she was like, man, then he did karate at me. I mean, if a dude slaps me, hits me with a box, like up in the ribs, and I'm as tiny as her, I cannot imagine ever, but she's the size of my fucking thigh. And then he tells me, you know, this shit's about to end for you or whatever it was. I don't even remember the exact words he said. But if some dude did 2 of the 3 things that he was accused of doing, it's fucking on. If we have a past. If he hit me 5 years before, even once, or if he did what Doug did, exactly what Doug did 5 years before, and then he came and he box checked me and all that, after you got to remember, he was psychologically fucking with her too. He was sending her crazy text messages. At the beginning, he was like, I want to end these people. They deserve to be exterminated. And then he knocked out the dog, dude. Like, I don't trust him as far as I can fucking throw him. If I'm a ballerina, I cannot throw him. So to me, wouldn't be surprising. Wouldn't be surprising. He threw a gun too, and he shot a hole in the wall. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. It is a lot. I don't know though. I do think she feared for her life. I do. Her teeny little body can't handle all that roughness. All that abuse. She can't handle it. She's a tiny little ballerina. I think more survivors need to tell their stories openly and also work in DV fields. That's the other thing though, is like, it's kind of like Al-Anon, you know, people go there because they want to learn about the alcoholic family member, the loved one, and they want to learn how to communicate with them, how to handle them, what to expect, how to not enable them, but also how to not allow their addiction to affect you more and cause problems with you. But they'll never understand what it's like to be an alcoholic, right? I think it's this just my opinion. I think it might be the same. I don't know though, but I think it could be the same for abuse in that like you can learn a lot about it. You can learn all the statistics, but when you see it, you know. And I've seen it. And there was shit that she said in that trial that's like I don't really know many people who would say the things she said who hadn't experienced it, either by watching it personally or having it happen to them. I don't know many people who would see that and not be like, "Oh fuck, I believe at least some of what she's saying." But I've also seen people in comments be like, "I'm an abuse survivor and I would have never let him come back. Shame on her." And it's like, "Well, goddamn. Obviously, you didn't did you cycle through it because she's going through a cycle, right? Like bringing him back, let him go. This would have been her first." But I don't know. I don't know. It's I can also see people like looking at her looking at her testimony and everything and then looking at their history, i.e. how they met. They met at a political rally. I think we all catch the drift there. They both love guns. Like some people I even hesitate to say this, but some people might be letting that kind of slip in. I mean, I wouldn't be a fan of either of them IRL. I wouldn't hang out with either of them. They both kind of suck to me. But that doesn't change did she murder him or not, right? But I think some people are letting their feelings get in the way and they're siding maybe with him because he's passed and she's still alive. So, you know, if I don't like either of them, there's no burden, right? By going with his side. And you're taking the victim side, it's easier. And then some people genuinely are like, "Nah, she fucking did it. She fucking did," and they're dead ass and they're like, "I can tell." I've seen a lot of behavioral analysts be like, this is just like Chris Watts. I totally disagree. But have you ever met someone who can't cry? Like I know a few and it is wild. Like they do act like that, but no tears come out. But like when they're covered in blood because they've just like been kicked by a horse. It's like you're not crying, but you're wailing and your face is in pain. Then there's some people who genuinely aren't crying, but I think it was weird how the camera got fuzzy and the light got dark right around the time she starts having that moment. Hmm. You don't have to be hit to fear for your life, Angela. Well, that's true. That's true. And some people see it as okay, well, one of the big arguments with a cop shot someone and they were unarmed, right? We're not even talking racism or color or anything like that. Like what color were they? It was because they were a minority. No, no, no. That's not what we're talking about. I'm just saying a cop shooting someone unarmed becomes a huge deal in the media, right? Especially in towns where that happens a lot, cities where that happens a lot. So I just find it kind of odd that we got a lot of cops in major cities getting like, oh no, you shouldn't have fought the officer or whatever. Fine. Okay, if that's the policy, but shooting someone unarmed because you think they have a weapon, right? It's kind of become acceptable almost for law enforcement to do in some of these cities. He didn't have a weapon on him, and that is also being used as an excuse as to why she should be found guilty. But some of the people who are like, hey, they shouldn't have gone against the cops are the same people that are, siding with him and not her. It's just an odd this trial has a lot of odd dynamics. In a way, very similar to Karen Reed in that you see a lot of people just kind of going with what they personally know. And then there's other people who have the same personal story as others who are just totally opposites. It's really wild to me. It's kind of everywhere. It is everywhere. Ballerinas cause a lot of controversy when they are having situations involving murder. I think because they're ballerina. It's just shocking that someone so tiny would take down a guy. I mean, how else would she do it, though? That's my question. If somebody's attacking you and you're that tiny, you're a little bitty ballerina, what other weapon would be better than a gun? Like, she can't use her hands. She's not going to win. That's what I'm saying is, like, why do we got to wait for a dude to. I get why legally you have to wait for someone to attack you first, I guess, for it to be self-defense, but, like, he was doing karate at her. According to the medical experts. I don't know. Yeah, when you talk about your experience because people are being awful, they say you're attacking them and making it about you. I roll my eyes and go, well, why can't we make it about us? That's another thing. If it's your experience, like, I mean, I get it. Don't be a Nancy Grace and constantly bring up Keith and the twins. But, like, if you can relate and that's what you're personally drawing from, I think you should be allowed to do that. But I think that sometimes people do that and then they get presented with other evidence and then they reject it. And it's like, well, come on. Now you're not really, using it right or interpreting it right. Ask a man what's going on in his life. What's going on in your life, man? Who? Who am I asking? These people can eat. Those people can eat a bag of a whole bag. So many peas. I was with Gay Jeff at the Prince concert. Did you see the pics? LOL. That is me LOLing at you. Okay, kids, I'm off to bed. Talk soon. Good night. Good night, Doody Ron. Wait, you went back to your other account. Was that a fake Doody Ron after all? Oh, no. Oh, no. And see, Angela's volunteered at a women's and children's shelter. So you've been the advocate and the person helping the victims. And then other people have been the victims. And yet y'all still have opposite opinions. This is fair enough, Maybe you've seen a different side of it. I'm curious, aside from the movie Black Swan, like, when's the last time a ballerina killed someone? Do we know? I'm curious. Oh, good night, Doody Ron. You spelled it wrong, Wendy. Are you all potatoes? Now it's about sharing in the right safe spaces. I write a story for Medium. Okay. Doody Ron. I said it, Hudson. Do you hate it when I say Doody Ron? Good night. Everybody tell him good night. She had a black eye in one photo. And see, that's the other thing is everybody's saying they see the black eye, but that's the one thing I didn't see a black eye. It did look puffy and droopy, but I was wondering if she had a Shawn Michaels thing going on, but I looked at her old pictures on Facebook and she didn't. So maybe it was, I don't know if it was Photoshop. It was for the ballet one where it's like black and white, but then her lips are red and her eyes are blue. It's very pretty. But yeah, then you look at that other photo, her eye looks very droopy. But I didn't really see bruising, but it did look puffy. And, like, mine swelled up way bad. Like, the next day, it looked way worse than the night of. So I can see that happening. Did I ever get to see Fair to Midland in concert? That's wild that you mentioned that. I have them on a Buzz Oven soundtrack. Maybe. I feel like if I did, it was with, like, Rocket Summer and maybe what's the band that they used to come in and steal from the Spencers I worked at in college in the mall? The girl of the bad guys want me. Anyway, they went to college with me and those guys. I think I saw with them. The day, yeah, there it is. You're done. That's spooky. He body checked her. He threw a firearm at her, shot the ceiling through the cat. What the fuck? Yeah, this dude did all that shit. And then his second wife, Renee, right? She was like, yo, I didn't give a fuck when you lied to me about wearing eyeliner, which was fucking weird. I don't think she thought the eyeliner was weird, but the fact that he lied about it, like little tiny lies, obviously kind of bothers some people. It bothered her because why the fuck lie about that? She's like, I didn't give a fuck, but you lied about it. That was weird. And then she's like, and then you kicked me. Like, and she explains, like, he physically abused her. It's just nuts. Because it's like, that's a good amount. And then apparently the other wife, I don't know. It's weird. That's just like a lot. And But again, this is to go like they were able to show it in evidence so the jury can consider that, right? So we can consider that. So with the history, and then she was pissed off that she had found that text. That's another thing. Oh, this is a complicated one, but also kind of not for some people. I mean, here's the thing. If you throw a cat or punch a dog, what is it? 1 year, I think, in jail max in most places in the harshest states. So that's how the law looks at it, I think. I wonder if has Melanie addressed this, whether like, cause think about it, like, I'm curious to ask her, like the law, if it states you abused an animal, you get 1 year, you killed an animal, you get 5, right? This case isn't about that. It's about her. So that, I mean, I guess the jury can consider it, but does that a murdered husband make? And does that a self-defense case make? Me personally, I'm like, fuck him. You know, I'm sorry that girl lost her parents, but fuck that guy. He admitted to it. So to me, I'm like, I don't like people who do that shit to animals. Fuck them. But if I were a juror, I would have to place that aside completely, unless they said I didn't have to. But people, they're gonna vote how they, or they're gonna, you know what I mean? They're gonna pick what they pick based on what they think and feel, maybe. But some might pick based on the evidence, and that's controversial. Doody Ron chat is my second channel. Okay, I saw someone say that you were confused about, is Doody Ron going live? Is he not? Yeah, they were both. That's what complicates it, Tiff. They're a little unhinged. They both are. Part of me, I'm like, is it because she's in her 20s? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand marrying someone that quick at all. At all. I don't care how much you fucking love them. That is fucking wild to me. Something's up. I also think that for me, it's a little difficult, strangely, because she looks just like one of my best friends, Haley, like exactly like her. And I keep seeing Haley, like she looks so fucking much like her. It's crazy to me. Identical fucking twins. It's wild. And then I'm like, I keep having to remind myself that's not your friend. That's not your friend. She really does look like Haley. 2 of the 3 things he threw were weapons she could use against him. Oh, interesting point. If Doody Ron told us what? Wait, if Doody Ron, you told all of us what P from Cop Team's favorite word. I don't know what that means. Tech Bird, you have to explain more. Psychological, emotional abuse is so much worse than physical abuse. Yeah, I wouldn't say that personally because, you know, I don't think they are. I personally just don't think they're comparable. I think they're 2 different things, but they have the same effects. Does that make sense? Because, I mean, I don't know. I've had my ass beaten, damn near killed, and I've also been emotionally abused. And while I would agree with you that I do think psychological and emotional abuse, it does seem so, I think it feels worse. Like it lasts longer and the physical abuse heals. But I think the physical abuse creates emotional and psychological abuse. Does that make sense? So it's like double. You're not just getting someone fucking with your head, you're also getting them fucking with your head by hitting you. So to me, that kind of makes the physical worse because it's a combination of both. Because you can't get hit by someone you loved and not be mind fucked by it, especially the first time. Like, did you just, I had a guy slap me once. And my reaction, I'm not proud of, but I did pick him up and throw him. Again, we get a lot of adrenaline when we're mad. If it were up to me in that moment, I would have just left and never spoken to him again. But I didn't get to pick. My body picked fight from fight or flight. You don't get to pick sometimes, especially if it's really shocking. The moment he slapped me, I blacked out. His whole body flung against the wall. I became the Hulk. I was very upset. We broke up. I think that after having him smack me, it was probably a year before I was like, that motherfucker. Every day I would wake up and be like, that motherfucker. Like I was in shock. It was really hard not to beat the fucking shit out of him too. But you can't stoop to their level. At that point, I'd already defended myself. I mean, he was a fucking sack of potatoes. He was fucking mangled, schmiegled out. I chunked him hard, dude. He was a really tall, skinny guy. Really tall. I was just like, fucking come here, noodles. But yeah, I can see that shit fucks with my head. So to me, it's like, it's probably what happened. Her hubby was older, probably narcissistic, and God knows what else. I was saying someone diagnosed him with histrionic narcissism, but I didn't see any doctor say that. A doctor said that. I wondered. Yeah, narcissistic. Okay. They're all muscle. You're so right. Who? Crazy Lemon Tart. I like your name. Oh, I like your picture too. Shit. Yeah, it's not that easy. It is not that easy. I mean, shit, me, I would have just walked the fuck out that time if I had to. Like I said, like you don't really get to pick fight or flight. Some people freeze, you know? Looks different for everyone, not the same. Yeah, it has many layers. It is an onion. It's like a Tor browser. I knew it was the boyfriend. Doody Ron, good night and rest well. Not act memory. You remember the violence. Yeah. You do. You remember it. No, is not. Okay, hold on. Let me see. All survivors are not ballerinas and haven't had someone buy them a ballet company. Arguably, of course. True. I mean, you know what sucks more than a ballet company, I think, is kids. And she had a kid with them. That sucks on so many levels because the kid's affected. That is so common too. Like so many abused women are parents or they're pregnant. You know what I mean? Like that has to be an ultimate mind fuck that leads to some serious psychological abuse because now you got to think about what's best for your child and you don't have as many protections in a lot of states as one would need to do so to protect yourself. Did he bring it on himself is the question, you know? Let's ask Gay Jeff. I don't know. I mean, you do karate at me and block my way after the bullshit we heard about? I think so. Unless you lived it, it's too complex to understand. True. And it is all different. And some people, you know what's the most confusing? When they abuse each other. When both people physically and mentally abuse each other, it's like, well, fuck. I've seen some episode of Cops where I'm like, I don't know who I side with. Lock them both up. The age and power differential plays a major role as well as financial abuse. Oh, dude. And now, okay, let's get on another subject. Let's ease into this. You guys heard of Findom? Yeah, if someone punched my dog, I'd kick him in the balls. Honestly, I've said this openly. If somebody punched my dog, God better hope I don't have a fucking knife near me. I will go full-blown Jack the Ripper on their ass. Do not touch my mookies. Do not hurt my mookies. How fucking dare anybody? I think hubby was going to kill her. What the fuck? Yeah. I mean, you're done, bud. Like, no, that sounds spooky dooky. Medication can do that. Absolutely. Yeah, okay, I heard that too on Melanie's. That's one of the things that got me. That's made me think like, this is interesting because I did notice the camera looked totally different. And I was like, you can't really tell if there's tears or not. And she said there was. And then I heard somebody else do an interview on another channel where their sister, I think, was in the courtroom. I don't know what she did. I don't know if she was a spectator or a viewer or what. I don't know what, but also said tears and shaking, lots of shaking. Okay, let's keep going. All right. Jules said she saw tears and her whole body was shit. Yep. Accused of rape he did not commit. Who? The hubby? DV is way more than just physical. It's like everything, right? Because here's the thing, the second it gets physical, it's also mental and psychological. Like it's everything at that point. But when it's mental and psychological, there's a fear that it will get physical. So you almost react like with the expectation it's going to, even though it hasn't yet. That's how bad it can be. Yeah, the media are fuckers for calling her that. It's so crazy. What a crazy idea. Whoever came up with that idea should be fucking fired from all the networks. Yeah, psych abuse rewires your brain. He didn't bring a gun. Yeah, but he was in her house and she had one. And he was doing karate at her. I mean, I don't know. He could have brought a gun, right? He absolutely could have. And then what? Now it's a fucking gunslinger Mexican standoff? What is it at that point? Here's what I think. If he shot her that day, if he saw her with her gun and he did have a gun and he just pulls his out and boom, then what? He'd be in jail. Or he'd be on trial. We'd be saying the same thing about him. The one thing that I think pushes, I'm going to be honest, the one thing I think that really pushes me over the edge, like made me go, okay, no, she fucking let her go, is him admitting through text. Like when he admitted that he did those things, and then when he sent the text saying exterminate people, like I have these rages, I have the, like, holy shit, dude. Wow, dude. It's really hard not to see that and be like, damn. We can't discount the motives of a man 30 years older when hoovering and love bombing a new woman. True. All abuse rewires your brain. It changes who you are. True, true, true. You know what's interesting? One time, Scott Thompson from Kids in the Hall, we were talking about my fucking attack, and I told him, because the girl who was stabbing at me cut some of my clothing off, and she said one word to me when she first approached. But then she did some stuff that was like, oh shit, what's about to happen here? It made me think, basically, she scratched my tit. I don't know how else to explain. She like grabbed it and scratched it, and she was very like crazy eyed. And I remember being like very confused by some of the things she'd like trying to pull my pants down, things like that. I remember telling the officers, being very confused by that. And they asked if it felt like a hate crime. And my first response was no. It's just like, they're like, do you think it was a hate crime? Are you a lesbian? Is it a hate crime? There were a lot of hate crimes in Austin at that time against gay people. And I was like, no, I'm not. So I don't think it is. So anyway, me and Scott Thompson were talking about it. And he was asking me like what happened, basically, like when the cops got there. And I told him that. And I said, well, like I told them, it wasn't a hate crime or anything. And then he was like, honey, stop. And he made me stop talking. And he was like, I need you to know every crime is a hate crime. He's like, people don't commit violent crimes against someone out of love. True. Really blew my mind. Like, I was like, whoa, this Dilaudid, it's amazing. I'm just saying. He was known to carry a gun, though. How could she? That's a good point. He wasn't then, and who cares if he had a gun? She told him to leave. He started abusing her. She ran. He pursued her. She was cornered. Yeah, and to corner somebody who is smaller and can't take care of themselves without a weapon, that is a lot. Yeah, he didn't need a gun. He could kill her with his hands. He love bombed her. Okay. Cast iron skillet while they're sleeping. Okay, my name. What is it? I keep saying my name is Earl. It's Earl had to die, right? Okay, Earl had to die. There's a very specific pattern of narcissistic abuse, and Doug's actions follow that same pattern. Oh, shit. No, it was real. I agree too. It was real duty on both. Okay, Melly knows. Melly knows. She takes care of Doody Ron. She knows. Doody Ron has fan accounts. No, he has sock puppets, you guys. He's straight up. Doody Ron's watching at all times. He's watching you kids. I tell Doody Ron, I say, watch the kids and let me know if they get out of line. I've cleaned up enough, DV. I bet. It's, oh. You know what sucks, though? Wait, well, we don't know all the ballerinas and what they do behind closed doors, Melly. You know what sucks about this also is that, like, if Ashley gets found guilty, right? Now we got 2 little girls without a mom or dad. We got Ashley and Doug's baby girl, and then we got Doug and Renee's baby girl, right? That's 2 little girls without a dad. I understand one's a teen, whatever, but you get my point, right? We got 2 because when a child is as young, I think her kid's what, like 5, 7, something like that. That young, and then the teenager age. I mean, any age for a kid to lose a parent, but specifically the hormonal teenage, and then that young age where you're really like clingy to your mom and dad, your daddy's girl or mama's girl. That is such, both of them are in positions where it's so much to lose. It fucking sucks for them. And if she gets found guilty, then neither of them have a mom or dad to take care of them. If she gets found not guilty, one of them at least has a mom. It's, I mean, it's just, it's really, that's the only positive thing that could come out of this is she could get found not guilty. And then her kid obviously has a parent to take care of them. But if it weren't for that, there wouldn't be much of a positive outcome for anyone because she's got to live with that stigma. His daughter's got to live with that rage. There's just all this divide. The country, you know, whoever's watching this, everybody's fighting with how they feel. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm trying to figure out if I had to argue against her, if I had to be in that prosecutor's position, it's easy to say, here's all the things I would have done different, or I would have done 1,000 things different, but to name them is what's hard. Like, what could be done different? I mean, other than excluding the evidence of him confirming the past, that might be the one thing that could have turned this thing around. I find it, if what we know now is what they heard when they were determining the original charge, because then they had it in another court where they were trying to figure out if it's stand your ground or whatever. How did it get this far? Just like Karen Reed, how did we get here? Very interesting, because the medical people who testified, correct me if I'm wrong, they were like, yeah, no, this is legit. This checks out. She's right. Like, then why are we here? Why are we here? Is he going live? I thought he said that he was going good night. Melly. Oh, that's how you like it? Okay. Doody Ron. Doody Ron. I love getting close to the mic and going, Doody Ron. Yeah, is he Melly? Melly, I'm gonna skip all the way down. Melly. Is he going live or is he taking 99 nap time? Papa Ron going night? Tell me. Because I'll end this fucking shit right now. We'll go to Papa Ron's. I do have to end it soon. She was a premiere with Orlando Ballet Company. That movie confused me. Black Swan. The Black Swan also dies at the end, so it actually has no seminar. Yeah, so it's got ballerinas in it. They could have called it the fucking Nutcracker. That actually would have made more sense. I'm not going to say why, but that would have made more sense. My ex showed up at our wedding with a black eye. I shouldn't have married him, but I got my amazing daughter. Oh, shit. Not today. Nope, not today. It's still a law if you have your black belt. If that's the case, ballerina legs should be registered too as deadly weapons? Their toes are deadly, dude. Their toes are like fucking little like hooves. What rich redneck hasn't shot through the ceiling? That is true. Oh my God. Angela, that's actually a really great fucking point. Shit, I got family members who are poor rednecks who have shot through ceilings. One who was an ex-law enforcement officer who told me she shot through her fucking apartment ceiling. She should not have done that, and she should not have been allowed to be in law enforcement. Let's just say families are dynamic. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of them have. Now that I think about it, I know a lot of people have shot a gun indoors. Fuck. That's a good point, Angela. Wait, he wasn't a redneck, though, right? He wasn't a redneck. She was. Uh-oh, Angie. She was. Whose side are you on now? I'm here, potatoes. I'm just multitasking. Black eyes meaning his eye. Oh, shit. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, the whole like, it's not seppuku. What's it called? I'm late. Kai, it's okay. That is okay. Let's keep going down. The tiny lies are the weird ones. It makes you wonder why. Like, is there a lie iceberg? That's true. And it's also like, it's just so casual. It's like, well, you're just casually doing that. Now I'm terrified. Let me see. I'm trying to get so many. Okay, we need to get to some content. Doody Ron. I would be suing the media if I were, right? They'll stand John Wick, but condemn Ashley Benefield. Who stands John Wick? The only person I've ever met who stand John Wick was an old roommate of mine who got addicted to cocaine and watched too much of it. And I was like, now I'll never see John Wick. Anything that dude was in too high, I was like, no. It was my woman per Chappie. Who the fuck likes John Wick? Tell me and have them arrested. Yeah, I'm curious. I can't think of anywhere a ballerina did the moida. Huh. That's our homework tonight, kids. Find out how many murderous ballerinas there are in town. This is a total mind fuck. It is. The media are implying that she has borderline personality with a Black Swan reference. I know, it's fucking wild. Also, borderline personality disorder doesn't always equal murder. I mean, most of the time it's like, I'm lying to get attention, I'm borderline, okay. And then other times it's like a lot of abuse, they don't know how to handle it, they take it out different. There's a million things borderline personality disorder can be, but I don't think it's that common that it's murder, at least not compared to like antisocial or narcissistic. It's interesting. It is also, I feel like, isn't there like, I mean, if they're not going to talk about his personality disorder, why talk about hers? It's so weird to me. The media is fucked on this one. He deserved that slap. Oh, hell yes. What? Oh, no. First of all, the dude who slapped me, it was an ex-boyfriend. We were goofing around having a great time. Like, we were just goofing. And I had been feeling like I had one or two friends who warned me and said there's something weird about this guy. They were both my male roommates who were from the same place he was from, another state. And they're like, I think that he blah, 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 blah. And they told me that they thought he was a guy from around town where they grew up, which is a totally other day. And I was like, that's fucking wild. No way. And they just told me some things about this guy that they were like, it could be him. And then I started to notice there were little things that he would do that made me think, this guy could be lying and he could be trying to steal things from me. That's a hint. So one night we were hanging out and we're goofing around in the car and we're about to get out of the car. And I don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember we were talking about a movie where it might have been Jackass or something, where someone gets smacked. And I said something about an episode or something about how like I had watched this thing that he had just talked about. It might have been Jackass, like a giant hand slapping someone. And I remember just saying like, oh yeah, I've seen that. And we were trying to figure out, is it the same thing? And he goes, "Was it like this?" And then just fucking boom. And I was like, "What?" Like, it was out of no, it wasn't during a fight. That's what was crazy. And then he giggled and I was like, and I just saw red. I just saw red. I was like, "What the fuck did you just do?" He totally was like, the next day he left me all these messages. He tried to apologize. He goes, "I was kind of wasted." And I could tell he was tipsy. I didn't know he was wasted, but it didn't matter. Like, he was like, "I was wasted." He told me, he goes, "I just meant to tap you and I just fucking backhanded you." And then we were kind of laughing at it for a second. Then I was like, "Yeah, but that's not cool. Never fucking talk to me again." He's like, "Chill, chill, chill." And then that was it. I was just like, "We're never, no, no, that's fine and dandy, but that's never going to happen to me again." And then that was it. I think I was very lucky. I mean, I didn't love him at all, but I really didn't like him that much anymore. So I was lucky. Some people don't have that. They like love the person and then they have to deal with that. And I'm pretty sure I might have broken his elbow. I don't know. Anyway, which is his fault. Okay, let's keep oh shit, I gotta skip. Okay, oh my god, I went too far. Oh my god, I let it go too far back. Oh my god, I gotta skip so far. Borderlines are also black and white thinkers. Others are all good or all bad. Teammate was borderline. She literally wanted to be me. Most native person ever threatened suicide if she. See, that's what I mean. It's like, it's almost like schizophrenia, how they're more likely to hurt themselves than you. But they will ruin your fucking life and your credit and your reputation, and they will just lie about everything sometimes, depending on how bad it is. Being wasted is always used. No, he legit was wasted. But at the same time, it doesn't matter because, like, again, the second skin makes contact with me in any form that could even be misconstrued as abuse, that is not absolutely, like, if we are not agreeing that there is a wrestling match happening, that someone's got to tap out, if there's no prior agreement that we are fucking slap fighting, the second a hand to, like, it's over. It's done. I don't care who the fuck you are. Family, friend, boyfriend, I don't care. Done. Done. I don't put up with that shit. And you're going to get chunked at the wall. And you're going to get a pop-pop. It does get worse from there. But your abuser was borderline too. See, that's another thing, is a lot of the times, you know, it can be psych or physical, but like it's they don't want to end you, they want to hurt you. And that's what's kind of fucked up about them. And then sometimes they're not like that at all, or they don't want to be like that and they get medicated and they find a way to control it. Also, that's some hand that rocks the cradle shit, Pat. Damn. Yeah, I think it's like, it's one of those, nip that shit in the bud. Make it so it can never fucking happen again. That's why I empathize a lot with people who have kids and get abused for the first time or at all. You know what I mean? Like, if you have kids with that person, that's the tether. That's what sucks. Okay, wait, Dad. Did you see Doody Ron said good night to you? He went to get his I did, but he also said he was going to go live. That's what I was asking, Melly. Is he going live? Because if he is, then I might fuck off so I could go watch Doody Ron. Let me know. Okay, here's what I do want to do though before we go. I did get some of your messages. No, he's going to sleep, not live tonight. Okay, he needs his beauty rest. Doody Ron needs a moment. I did find Gay Jeff, if we haven't been over that yet. Aunt Deb knows. There is so much overlap with personality disorder. I'm leaving this up for a second. Scream that from the roof, Angela. Agree completely. So much overlap, and they often get misdiagnosed. Oh my God. Putting someone on like lithium instead of another, like, or instead of an antipsychotic, instead of something that they fucking need, can also re-fuck them up and cause more issues with hormones. Fuck. Making a moiterer shit. Like, making a hormonal bitch. That's what they should call it. You're in my head right now, Pat. Yeah. I think there's a little narc in everybody. You talk about narcissism? I agree. Listen, I'm a stand-up comic. I'm positive I've got some narcissism in me. I think anybody who enjoys talking to other humans might be a narcissist. I'm pretty positive I might be one because I legit love hearing about people and talking to them. I love yelling things in people's faces. There's something wrong with me. But I think that also even narcissism isn't necessarily a violent thing. If anything, it's more selfish. There are people who are so fucking narcissistic, they don't want to waste their time hitting you. How fucking crazy is that? Seen shit like that written in fucking reports before. Like, oh, I would never do that. I would hurt myself if I beat them. So what I did was I ran them over with my car. What? Fuck. Yeah, that is a good point. Narcissism does not equal narcissism. So NPD is like chronic narcissism, right? Good point. Narcissism is a spectrum. Put that on a shirt. Who gets to decide the redneck diagnosis? The raccoons. I've heard it's great for borderline and you can get better. I mean, shit. It was pretty easy to a diagnosis, nothing wrong with you. Yeah, I've actually got 2 friends who have been diagnosed with it. Fantastic people. I don't think they show. I've never seen them exhibit any of the symptoms that I've read about and heard about and had people who, have spoken about it who are that on the internet. Like I've watched them talk about it. It's very fascinating that like my homies have it. They've written articles about it and stuff, but they don't exhibit it. And then one of them did one time because she was not on the correct medication. Holy shit. It is a spectrum. 100%. 100%. It makes me feel so bad too when people get gaslit into like believing a diagnosis by an abuser. I've seen friends go through that. And they're just like, well, maybe I do those things. And then before you know it, they end up on medication somehow. And it's like, oh, fuck. CPTSD and BPD look a lot alike and they are often misdiagnosed. Yep. People often misdiagnose shit. I mean, we could go down a fucking list, but what do you call it? Bipolar disorder. I know a lot of people have been misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder who had hormone problems. Shit, I did. I had to switch medication and everything later because it fucked me up. Turns out I had horrible hormones and severe hormone issues. Not every doctor's yeah, exactly. You got to go to a few of them. Fuck. I remember when I went to my second doctor and told them what my first was doing, they were like, that's illegal. I was like, what? My daughter got diagnosed bipolar when in fact she had anxiety. See, some doctors throw yeah. And so my first one looked in a book. Like, you feel what? Up here it is. It was like, oh my goodness. Did you just look that up in a little book that's from a pharmaceutical? Great. This is going to go well. It didn't. Hello, young black economist. Hello, Pat. Hello, Valerie. Married to a covert. I keep reading it as narc. And I'm like, no, we love snitches. They're always victims. Always. Yeah. Okay. I can see that. She was transitioning with hormones. Oh, shit. See, that'll fuck you up, dude. That will fuck you up. And was it progesterone? Was it? They fucked me up with, after they diagnosed the hormones, they gave me 2 pills. One of them was progesterone. The other one I do not remember, but it was supposed to be something for your skin, like to keep your hair from falling out. Oh my God, that fucked my hormones up even worse. It is hard to diagnose. It is also very common. Yeah. I worked at Kings Park. Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. You've told us that before. You've seen some shit, Darlene. Maybe you told me that before in our emails. Ugh. My uncle worked at a mental health hospital on a Navy base. When I was younger, I had to go visit him. And it was a spooky dookie. There was a lot of screaming and hitting themselves and fucking pooping. And just, it was nuts. It was literally like some really spooky shit. Like, And then you'd see the same people a few weeks later and they're fine because they're medicated now. They're on the right one, but it takes time. I remember that was like the first time we had a discussion about mental health. I think it was my aunt's ex-husband telling us, like, this is how it works, kids. Okay. Yep, they will keep big pharma. And also the reps that go bring the meds. I mean, shit. Good Lord, these bipolar meds are crazy. Yeah. And I was given one, I think it was called it was the Lamictal. That was the fucked up one for brain seizures. And they said it's also used to treat bipolar, but I was given it for another purpose. And at the time, this was before they changed it. And it was many years ago. And they were trying this, I don't know if it was experimental or what, but they were like, it should work for this other thing that was like PTSD and hormones. And no, it didn't. And it'll fuck you up. It really will if you try to get off of it. And it's like, I shouldn't have been on it at all. It's just a lot. And they were diagnosing people with depression and giving them Lexapro and Lamictal, which is apparently like fatal in some instances. And yeah, they're branding bought in the UK. It's now called EID. What does that mean? Oh, borderline wait. EID. Is it euphoric identity disorder? Or is it like manic euphoria? Borderlines feel overwhelming emotions and they almost always are self-aware and really want to get better. Yeah. And I mean, like I said, my homies, like, you couldn't tell at all. They did go, I mean, they still go to the doctor all the time. They're very like into their health and they write about it a lot. They advocate because they're like, you can get better. You can get better. And a lot of people think it's like hopeless. Sounds like me on a Friday. Ooh, I've been so far from the mic. I'm sorry, you guys. Why Jackass was a thing. It scared me because we had 2 kids and that was the culture being promoted. I mean, as someone who jackassed myself because I saw that shit and everybody in the dorm did and everybody in high school CK-wide, it's just dumb shit. It's so dumb. It's like, I don't even know what it's like, but I know that in the 70s, my dad and his buddies used to shoot each other with a potato gun. I guess it's like that. It was our generation's, hey, let's almost kill ourselves. You know? Wispy cunty bees. What is that? Where did I see that? Wait, wasps, cunty bees. That's so funny. Cunty bee is my new rapper name. Mi amor, rabbit. Covert narcissists suck. The head coach of my team was definitely one. Oh shit. You're fired. You're fired, coach. You know, I make those drugs. I can make your progesterone. No, I don't want it. I don't want it, Melly. It's bad for me. 4 kinds of bipolar meds that didn't work to find out she just had her mama's anxiety. There you go. Amitriptyline. Melly is a pharmacist. Melly is multi-talented. She can make you drugs. She can mod your channel. She can add a little spice and wit to the conversation. We shot each other with BB guns. We also shot each other as children. I had my aunt stab me once on Christmas with scissors, and another year with a butter knife, and once with a knife. Oddly, the butter knife hurt the most. We were little. Love it when your depression meds say they could cause shit. Speaking of suicidal thoughts, there was a medication for people who have oh fuck, what was it? It was like people who have like diarrhea or something. It was like something like, can you not stop shitting? Like, do you have Crohn's or something? It was something to do, something Crohn's related. And it was like, the side effects are death, suicidal thought. It's like, no, just give me the diarrhea. Like, I'll just shit all day. I don't need to want to kill myself. That's crazy. I just wrestled the boys in the neighborhood. We used to choke each other out. We used to do this shit. And then you hold and you pick them up until they passed out in the yard. We did that for my birthday. Me and my friends, my 13th birthday. We choked each other out in the front yard. I mean, shit. I'd be happy if the kids were just twerking. If I had kids and they were just twerking, I'd be so happy. I saw someone talk about twerking. Yep. So my uncle's dog humped the other dog the other day and said, oh my God, he's twerking. Yes. Have you ever seen two dogs get stuck together? That was an experience on the farm. That happened growing up. Two dogs. And Daisy's little booty hole got a little prolapsed. My grandma was like, "That's why you don't have sex." And I was like, "Holy fuck." And she sprayed him with a hose. It was super traumatic. Anyway, I'm sorry I ruined your twerking story. That just made me realize I shouldn't have said that. That was one of those thoughts that I shouldn't have said out loud. And I did. So there you go. Intermittent explosive disorder. Is that when you're like the Mookies and you just poop instead of farting? That's an old antidepressant. I was on that when I was a teenager. It was Cymbalta buspirone. Yo, we need to have a pharmaceutical Friday where we talk about all the meds that have fucked us up in our history. Hello, Dumpster Juice. Hello. She's great. She graduated summa cum laude and is applying for a doctorate. Excellent. Good. Proof that we can prevail past our brains. I love that for her. I love that for her. Listen, everyone, hit up Melly if you can't get drugs. She'll get them for you. Melly, I'm volunteering you. Help the kids. I've never been waited with 0 assaults. No excuse. I don't understand, but I want to. Every pharmaceutical commercial, a side effect of death. It's like, hey, your psoriasis will go away, but you're going to shit blood for a month and then you're going to die. Oh, fuck. I'll be a bloody pile, but I won't itch. It's because they're probably making a strength for you that is different than you. Oh, okay. Melly's taking patients right now in the chat. Please contact her if you have questions about your drugs. Let me see. Boost bar does fuck all for me. I saw one chick saying that she was vibing hard on Wellibutrin the other day. That made me laugh very hard. I don't know what chat it was. And we're back. Hi, Adam. What drugs are you on, Adam? Melly can compound them for you. Daddy Fergadi, what about you? Teddy? Everyone go, Techbird, go tell Melly. She'll take care of it. Crazy Lemon Tart. Crazy's in your name. Do you want to just be Lemon Tart? Talk to Melly. Shantix too. Oh my God. Listen, that is what I sleepwalked in on. Yeah, your doctor had a patient. I sleepwalked with no pants on outside of my apartment, fell down the stairs, bloodied up my knees, got in my car, tried to drive it. Fuck Shantix. That was horrible. It was horrible. You love it, others hate it. Wellbutrin is the poor man's Coke. Oh my God. Is it? I thought it was something else. Keep it green, keep it clean, just cannabis pops. Melly can compound you some weed. It's the one you're allergic to? Oh shit. Man, see, it affects everyone differently. I recommend take the green. Take that as you want. Well then, Melly, since you told me that, I have to now. I feel like I have to. Zofran is awesome. My ex blamed Shantix for our divorce. I was like, no, I mean, it could have been. That shit is fucking wild, dude. I hadn't walked in so long. And then I did, and it was way beyond what was normal. I got in my fucking car and tried to start it with keys. I had no pants on. I love pants. I fucking love pants. I was barefoot. I hate feet. If that's not proof enough, fuck, that was crazy. You're not good at drugs, Hudson, but you're from Georgia. What? Are you really from Georgia? I don't know. Now I'm questioning you, Hudson. Melly is so gorgeous. She's offered Hermes blankets and now drugs. I know. She's like a fucking angel. So rarely does anyone ever offer you Hermes blankets. Feet are disgusting. Listen, guys. I don't know if we're going to get to the point today, but we did the LadyBird video, so I feel like this can be a fuck off. You know? It's just us chatting. I'm never wearing this lipstick again. It dries and flakes off. It's supposed to be 24 hours, and now it's just on my fingers. Disgusting. You're originally from Tennessee, born in Germany. Oh, you were born in Germany? Is that why you cannot handle the drugs? Brain zaps. Like ECT. Electro Boy is one of my favorite books. That's about brain zaps. He was always a nasty bastard. Yeah, Shantix will it'll really pull the nasty bastard out of him. You don't have a damn P.O. box. Oh, shit. Get P.O. box. Let me see what your Aunt Deborah's doing. I have to take a piece. Would you kids wait 3 minutes? It might take 2. For your dad to piss, I'll put something on for you. And I will contact Aunt Deb and see if she wants to talk more on this Gay Jeff situation. Why don't I do this? Because I was going to talk about... Oh, no, the wrong strand and you thought you were going to die? We already do the Audacity stream. That was last night. Yes, we did the Audacity stream. I will repost it on the wall. I'm actually going to be separating them now. I'm going to start a playlist where it's going to be like tools, like OSINT tools, and then just shooting the shit, and then episodes about true crime so that you can have your pick. And I am going to group them. So here's what I'm going to do. I did want to talk about the apology line in Richie and Henry. Again, I want to give it enough time, like what it deserves. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's do this. I want to show you Jacoff's fucking reviews. I'll need to edit some things so I don't get in trouble. Just like kind of cover up a couple of things and you'll know what it means. But I could show you some of her shitty pissy reviews where she talks about being a poor tipper. That'll be fun. Here's what I want to do. I feel like, okay, we're gonna have to go. Yeah, we gotta go to Richie and Henry another day, maybe. Let's see. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put on this thing. I think you guys are really, really gonna love it. Hold on, let me pull this up for you. And then your dad's gonna go drain his lizard. Ugh. It's pretty funny, but also gross. And then I'm gonna leave you with the sitter for a moment. Oh, pause it. I'm gonna leave you with a sitter for a moment, just a little bit, while I go take a piece. Okay? And then I'll be right back. Don't say ew. Don't say ew at me. Don't say your dad has to drain his lizard. His little gecko. Adam drives Helen. He played a drug dealer. Who? Shaking my damn head. Melly, look what you've done. All right, here we go. I'm not gonna go put ginger brows on. Don't worry. What? What the fuck did you say? Oh yeah, it's trivia night at Aunt Deb's. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna go take a piss. We're gonna talk a little bit. I'll see if Aunt Deb will come on before her stream. Are you ready? Adam, this one's for you, buddy. This one's for you, bud. This is just so you know that your dad pays attention to what you kids like. Your dad's gonna give you the goods. I know what my kids want. I know what my kids need. Whatever makes them happy sets me free. And now you're gonna watch them do some dancing.
But no matter how many times some people try this dance, they just can't seem to get it. But not this reporter, huh?
No 2 left feet for you.
That's right. Can you show me that move one more time?
Well, there are no mistakes, just variations.
Okay.
It goes like this. Swivel, swivel, kick, kick.
Okay, I think I got it. Okay.
Woo-hoo! So that's a
Get in.
variation.
And stay with me because I'm going to do one of these things. Hoo-hoo! 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 Okay, I think I got it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Did I get it?
Not quite.
Nano says the technique helps people find their natural rhythm and encourages self-expression. The music varies as much as the movements. Students bounce, kick, and jump around to African, Latin, and rock music. They even climb on top of each other. One student says dance kinetics has benefited her more than she could have ever imagined. For an hour and 15 minutes, these students escape from their daily grind and leave feeling rejuvenated. In Northport, Alyssa Coleman, News 12, Long Island.
Oh, that's not for everybody.
It's not the dance kinetics. It's poor Bob Butler, this kid from Kansas or wherever you're from.
I have never seen anything like that in my life.
All right.
But I'm sorry. I'm sure it's a great thing. Just not for some people, I guess. Woo!
Actually, it looks like great exercise. It looks like a lot of...
Bye, everybody.
These days. Hoo-hoo! 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 Okay, I think I got it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Did I get it?
Not quite.
Listen, you kids don't know what's good for you.
Nano says the technique helps people find their natural rhythm
The
and
adults
encourages self-expression.
from the
The music varies
1990s
as much as the
Northport,
movements.
New
Students
York
bounce, kick, and jump around to
African Kinetic
Latin,
Dance
and
Troupe
rock music.
are
They
throwing
even
you
climb on top
suckets
of each
right
other.
now. And you're just sitting there taking it.
Students bounce, kick, and
Look at her
jump around
throwing you a
to
sucket
African,
like she's
Latin, and
DX.
rock music. They even climb on top of each other.
Look at them
One
climbing
student
upon
says
each other.
dance
This is going
kinetics
to help
has
them relieve
benefited her
stress.
more than she could have
Hate
ever
from
imagined.
Atlanta. Oh,
For
shit,
an hour and
Hudson.
15 minutes, these students
Hate
escape
from
their
Atlanta. You
daily
watch
grind
YMH?
and
Have
leave
you seen your
feeling
dad yet?
rejuvenated.
Tell me
In
when you spot your
Northport,
dad.
Alyssa Coleman, News 12, Long Island.
Tell me when you spot your
Oh,
dad.
that's
Hate
not
from
for
Austin,
everybody.
Hudson. You need a benzo? No, you just need to do this.
Escape
You
from
just
their
need to
daily
pile on
encourages
top of your friends and
self-expression.
throw them
The
suckets.
music varies as much as the
Don't you
movement.
cancel your day.
Students bounce, kick, and jump around to
You can't
African,
cancel
Latin,
someone who
and
has
rock music.
nothing.
They even climb on top of each other.
No,
One
don't
student
abort your
says dance
dad.
kinetics
It's
has
too late
benefited
for that.
her more than she could have ever imagined. For an hour
What
and
if the
15 minutes,
Democrats
these
have their way?
students
I'm
escape
sorry.
from their daily grind and leave feeling rejuvenated. In Northport,
Can we abort at
Alyssa
39
Coleman,
years?
News
Isn't it
12,
possible
Long
yet?
Island.
Oh, that's not for
Oh,
everybody.
God, they're so good. No, no one report this. I'll
It's
report
not
you.
the
You're
dance
gross.
kinetics. It's poor Bob Butler, this
Listen, you
kid from
guys.
Kansas or
I'm
wherever.
trying to listen. I'm trying to make you guys human fucking calluses, and you're not allowing it. Where's Patti Anne? Well, shit, bitch. You didn't tell me you want to watch Patti Anne. That's all you had to say, C. Smith. Patti Anne. Long Island. Patti Anne. That's all you had to say. You guys need some Patti Anne before we go? You're grounded, Hudson.
Good morning, everyone. The time right now is 8 o'clock. I'm Patti Anne Brown. Today is Tuesday,
For
November 10th.
everyone's son.
And making news this morning, a bail hearing is scheduled today for New York's highest-ranking judge. Yesterday, the Court of Appeals refused to suspend Saul Wackler from the bench. He remains under arrest in the psychiatric unit of Long
Fucking
Island Jewish
Saul.
Medical Center, charged with harassing and trying to extort money from an ex-girlfriend.
You did.
Amy Fisher is calling her alleged lover, Joseph
Here we
Buttafuoco,
go.
a liar. In a tabloid
No,
television
not Joey
interview yesterday,
Buttafuoco, a
Fisher said
liar?
Buttafuoco gave her a venereal disease and was behind the shooting.
Oh,
of
we've
his
watched
wife,
this
Mary
one already,
Jo.
you guys. You're
The
soothed?
Democratic Party
You like
is in
Patty?
New York City. And so far, the
Patty, you like
emphasis has
Patty?
been on the word
Stephanie, you like
party.
Patty?
Well, one man Clinton can expect a
Oh,
ringing
Patty is your
endorsement from is
soothing.
Governor Mario Cuomo. He'll
Patty
take
is your
center stage
soothing.
Wednesday night to officially nominate Clinton for president.
Your little,
Topping
what do you
today's
call
news,
it?
a
Fairy
plane
godmother?
crash at LaGuardia Airport has
You
left
just want
at least
info
13 people dead.
on Patty?
U.S. Air Flight 405 was taking off for Cleveland at 9:30 last night when it skidded off the runway and slid
were
into
nice
Flushing
jeans.
Bay.
It's now known how many aboard U.S. Air Flight 405
Live my
died, but the
life. You
question
would
of
be a cow.
why
True,
remains
Darlene.
unanswered.
Autopsy reports say drowning.
You have permission to not watch that. You don't have to watch Northport dancing. You live up there. You live it. Okay, you live. Listen, kids, Darlene lives the suffering of the Northport African Kinetic Dance community every fucking day of her life. That shit doesn't affect her, and she shouldn't have to look at it. She's the only one spared. Love you, Darlene. That's a good point.
Because he starts asking, when's it going to be 50s? When is it going to be 60s? When it's going
Yes,
to be
it's
70s?
Patty Anne news.
50s by Sunday.
I feel like
Okay.
there's better Patty
you
Anne
just
news.
about
Let's
guarantee
just
it.
let me peep one more thing real quick. Oh shit. She gives a speech. The Long Island Pine Barren Society, Patty Anne. Damn, I think I've watched almost all Patti Anne. Nope, here we go.
Melba Scott, I'm at One Police Plaza where the press has just been briefed on the latest in the investigation into who
Cuomo,
planted
right?
the bomb that caused Friday's deadly
Oh
explosion
shit, I
at the
got
World
I got
Trade
behind.
Center. At the press conference, the police confirmed today that threatening calls came in
Carrie,
warning
that's
of
how
an
they
explosion in New York
relieve their
City
anxiety
in late
without
January.
alcohol.
I may have the dates wrong, but let's say the call was received on
Oh,
the
no, apparently
22nd
alcohol
of
was
January,
involved.
and that the bombing would take place by
Was
the
Mario
24th of
Cuomo a
January.
worse dad?
A similar call was received
I don't know, but
prior
it would
to the
piss me off
24th
if he
of
didn't at
January,
least once call himself
extending the
Wario.
deadline 48 hours to the 26th.
If he didn't ever
Commissioner
publicly,
Kelly
he can
and
get
the
fucked.
FBI say they get many threatening phone calls, and of course it's hard to distinguish the real threats from the fake ones. However, they will be looking into
That's
that
what happens to
more,
old
as you
people
can
when they
imagine. And
microdose.
James Fox, the head of the New York office of the
Really,
FBI,
microdosing
did
is
say
fun
that at this
for
point they
them.
have still not zeroed in
That looked like a lot of work.
exactly what group they're targeting. They do think it might be a terrorist attack.
You think
and they
Cuomo's
are not
hot? Which one,
specifying
the
any
dad
further than that.
or the
They say all
kids?
options are still open at
I think
this
they all
point.
kind of look like.
Meanwhile, Reuters is reporting
I think all the Cuomos look like a young Vince McMahon, and once I see it, I can't unsee it.
that this afternoon there was a bomb scare at 4 World Trade
Which
Center,
is not
which
a good
houses the
thing to
Commodities
me.
Exchange. Reuters says there was a near
But to each his own.
stampede as people inside
You're
that
new to
building
Patti
tried to
Anne?
get out this afternoon.
Let me tell you something. Patti Anne is America's sweetheart. She's beloved in Long Island, at least. And she gets all the stories.
Of course, no device was later found, and everyone did go back inside that
Your
building.
Murray
and the
came
trade
home. He's been
continued as
missing 2
normal
weeks.
throughout the afternoon after this major disruption, as you can imagine.
Everyone,
meanwhile, at the
tell Walk Among the Tombstones congratulations and give your blessings to sweet little Wadhams Murray. Sweet little baby Hoogan Murray. Walk Among the Tombstones, Hoogan. We are so happy you're back, Mr. Murray Hoogan. We're so happy that you've returned. You have homeward bounded back to your family, and for that we are thankful. Tiff, I think Melly can help you. Can you just play the dancing vid late at night when I'm sleeping? No, because you need the pain, Adam. Vietnam isn't here to make us all hardened. Melly, I'd hit. You would hit Melly? That's your sister. You're grounded. Pine Barrens, yes. That would be a good street name. Stephanie, God looks out after drunks and children.
Twin Towers, officials now say damage there is much worse than they had
Yes,
imagined
I
before.
do,
They
Ariel.
say they're running into
It's about
obstacle after
Patti Anne.
obstacle in their attempts to get those towers
So-called.
back in working order.
I'd like to believe that we're going to do this.
Oh shit, I got behind. I got behind again.
The Port Authority now admits its original estimate of
It's
a
at the
week to
bar.
reopen the Twin Towers was low. Engineers
Whoa! Hold up. Damn. Let's take a look at that bad boy. You guys ever seen the Twin Towers before? Some of y'all are pretty young.
now admits its original estimate of a week to reopen the Twin Towers was low.
Damn.
Engineers working on the restoration say it's more complicated than they realized. With a workforce of 1,300, they're still not done putting up steel beams around the crater left by.
How wild is that? Talking about the steel beams, about how difficult it was, what it was not what they expected. All this shit about how tough it is to patch up the hole in the old World Trade. And then what we find out 8 years later? All that shit melts and it's complicated. Why was there did nobody notice then? Did nobody notice in 93 Patti Anne? Where the fuck were you, Patti Anne?
1,300, they're still not done putting up steel beams around the crater left by the explosion in a parking lot below the towers.
Yeah, so they knew that these beams melted from the explosion in the parking lot, the first World Trade Center bombing, right? And they didn't think, hey, maybe we shouldn't put that on the news. Nope, here it is on the news, in case you want to know our vulnerability. This is weird.
We have
It's very
many
strange.
layers of concrete slabs that have collapsed. Those things cannot be disturbed to do a thorough investigation and removal until
shit.
all 18 braces are in place.
Other parts of the Trade Center are open, but both towers are officially off limits, except to employees who are escorted up to their offices to retrieve important files and papers to bring to
Wow.
temporary offices elsewhere. What'd you find up there?
Yo, oh my God, we didn't make it this far in the Patti Anne video last time. Look at those computers, y'all. Holy shit. I gotta call back. I mean, I gotta go back a little. And then we'll dip and go watch Doody Deb. This is tripping me out.
Up to employees
That is
who
called
are escorted up
foreshadowing,
to their
kids.
offices to retrieve
It is
important
weird.
files and papers to bring to temporary offices elsewhere. What'd you find
Yeah,
up
right?
there?
It's a lot of soot, a lot of dirt, especially on the carpets around the stairwells and the elevator shafts. You can see it coming up underneath the floors.
Meanwhile, small businesses from the Twin Towers are applying for newly announced interest-free loans. Any company with less than 60 employees which qualifies
Melly
is
is
supposed to get a check for
Melly is that child who's a drug dealer, but she's making money, so you're proud of her.
to $50,000 within 24 hours of applying.
It'll pay for the dislocation costs, security deposits for a new rent, for a new lease, temporary lease, computer terminals so you can hook up to a computer.
You did, darling? Yeah.
telephones, those kinds
I
of
didn't know what the
expenses.
fuck was going on.
The
In
government
Texas,
is
they didn't
prepared
tell
to
us
give
what
out
that was.
$5 million worth of loans.
They were
Half
like
of
the
that
World
money is
Trade
from
Center.
the
We're like,
city.
what's that?
The other half is
And
from
then
the
our
state.
teachers cried.
You dig deep. You look in programs that have funds that perhaps are a little
That's true.
not expended, and you
That's
bend
true,
the
C.
rules
Smith.
and bend the regulations. And
I guess
make
they
it
can't just
available because of
evacuate the
emergency.
building forever, right? Knock it down and
Well, the
rebuild
city
it.
really does have a spirit all of its own. and its
Imagine,
people are
imagine being that engineer and you got to tell people, "Hey, guys, we got to knock it down." I guess. What? Deb's been going for an hour. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go, guys. Tell Patti Ann Brown bye. Tell your dad bye. I love you, kids. Ooh, I gotta say hello to the new member. Hello, member Desert Moon. Hello, Desert Moon. I love you. You're my favorite child. Don't tell the others. Okay. Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta find Aunt Deb. Go to Aunt Deb. We're gonna do a raid. Kids, we're gonna do a raid. When you get in there, we're going to Aunt Deb's channel. Let me post it. We're gonna do a raid. You guys ready? I'm gonna tell you what to say. I'll tell you what to say when we get there. Right now. Hold on. Wait, hold on 1 minute for me. Dade's gonna find it. Aunt Deb's never gonna see this shit coming. Auntie Deb. Okay, we're gonna go in there and we're gonna say, everybody demand to know where Gay Jeff is. Say, I demand to know where Gay Jeff is, you son of a bitch. Threaten him. Say, tell us what you know about Gay Jeff. We know you know. Just say, we know you know, Deb. We know you know, Deb. Deborah. Call him Deborah. That'll get him. Yes. Invasion. Let's all go now. We're going. We're fucking going, kids. There's your Aunt Debs. There's your Aunt Debs. Okay? That's your Aunt Debs. All right, ready? On 3, 2, we're fucking going, Aunt Debs.